Alright, my dummy cat is back outside.
Okay. Well, the stream should be online here soon. Okay. Hey, Juan Hernandez. Hey, Harry Reeds. Yeah, let me turn down the music a little bit. Hey, Mr. Aviation, sorry. June, hello, Jasoni, Annie Rains, Miss Amanda. Hi, how are you guys doing? Yeah, so just gonna. Oh, hey, Taco Cat. Hey, Touristy Bubbles, Candy Hines, everybody. So good to see you. Hey, Fuckface, what's going on? Hey. Tree Riot, Michael Blackburn, Eben. Hey, Eben, how are you doing? Sai, Access Art, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm really excited to do this. I'm so sorry, guys, that I didn't stream last Friday. I said that I would, and I'm a lame piece of shit because I didn't do it. Because let's just be honest, it was storming, and because it was storming, I didn't want to do it. I really could have because all of my shit is hooked up to, surge protectors. I just was feeling really tired, and I just didn't want to deal with it. Hey, Gage, what's going on? Hey, Element. Hi, everybody. So I have an interesting night prepared for all of you guys. Hey, Dave Daniel, how's it going? Wow, everyone's like in here today. That's a rarity. Well, I say everyone. Some people might still be asleep. I have no idea what's going on really with that. Hey, Ace's Art. Your crush loves me more than you do? That's awesome. Hey, Panda Overlord, what's going on? Hey, Peach. It's Pit Clover, guys. He's an amazing artist. You guys should definitely check him out when you get the chance. I thought that your prints that you had up for the art studio showcase that you did was really, really well done, Pit. Thank you. But yeah, so we have a pretty interesting night set up for you guys. I'm going to basically make tonight a CK Walker night. For those of you who are curious of the things that she may have written, I have read a few stories by her, and I read Room 733 on my channel. And I also read, what did I read? Oh yeah, The Disappearance of Ashley Morgan. Hey Bamzilla, what's going on? And I was in another story on the No Sleep podcast, which was kind of cool. Hey Joshua, how's it going? Aw, I'm sorry you have to go to work. That sucks. Hey Kaylin, what's going on? But yeah, so basically I'm going to make... Aw, go get some sleep. Go get some sleep, Pit. But yeah, so tonight's going to be a CK Walker night. I've got a few stories lined up. Before anyone asks, though, I'm not going to be reading Baraska. Just because, I want to tease you guys really bad with that. But yeah, so I don't know, like, unless you guys have some other stories that you want me to read, by all means, please say so, because I will be totally down with all of it. Like, seriously. Also, for those of you who don't know, my friend Kit is in the chat with me or in the call with me right now. She, for those of you who listen to the story Asphyxia, hey Finch, how's it going? For those of you who listen to the story Asphyxia, she played several characters in that story, but the main voice of the story that she was playing was the mother, or the main girl's mother. So yeah.
You might also know me as Argent and not necessarily Kit.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I don't even know what to say about all that. Do you have your headphones on?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. There's this echo going on.
They're still a little tight.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. Hey, little wolf. How's it going? I have seen it, guys. Oh my god, it was so freaking good. Like, I just... I can't even deal. Actually, Harry reads, it takes more than 2 hours to read Baraska because it's so fucking long. And I'm not trying to deal with that today. That is too much. Too much. So, yeah. The, Betsy the doll. I think I can pull that up. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Yeah, so basically I have several stories lined up that I want to read. We may not get to all of them tonight, guys. I really just wanted to stream for like maybe an hour because I have some other stuff that I need to get done. Mostly, bye Pitt, mostly because, well, I have to record tonight for those of you who are all, you know, waiting for the next part of Higurashi. Well, I have to record that, and I've been trying to put myself on vocal rest. Hey, Jill Valentine. I've been trying to put myself on vocal rest because, as you guys know, that story takes so much energy out of me. I read that shit live, and my voice is all over the place. Like, I'm, you know, literally reading like this, and then I'm reading as Keiichi, and then I'm reading as Rena, and then I'm reading as Rika, and all these other different characters. And so literally my voice goes from like being here to being like, oh my god, what's going on? You know, like I'm having to switch like that on the fly, and it's just really fucking exhausting. Like, you guys, it wears my voice out straight up. Hey, Butterfly Killer, what's going on? And Slothosaurus Tex, what's going on? I'm so glad you guys are here. I really miss doing these things. We don't really have a big audience tonight. The audience may get bigger as the night goes on. I need to change that. That still says that we're streaming Fortnite. Hold on.
Yes, it does.
Let me see if I can change that real quick. Okay, so scary story time. CK Walker Night. Alright, and then we'll do like a hashtag here. Hashtag creepypasta. Alright. Okay, now that should say something different. I don't know if it actually does. You guys will have to tell me for yourself. I trust your judgment. Hey, Sebastian. What's going on? Hey, Big Daddy Jefferson. I haven't seen you in a while. That's awesome. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into this. Yeah, it's my keyboard. Sorry, June. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to change that, too. Hashtag Eden's Bonfire. Okay, there we go. All right, all the changes are happening. Jesus Christ. Okay.
So many.
So many changes. I know. So many. Oh, I miss you too, Izzy. Hey, Gary. Alright, so anyway, like I said, we're gonna get into this. The first story that I want to read to you guys, I did get a specific story. Hey, Empoleon. I did get a specific story requested to me. Betsy the doll. I don't know if I'm gonna read that one first. Hey, Blissful Martini. Yes, hashtag Eden Edits. Everything changes. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get my music together here. Yeah, I missed you. I missed all of you guys. Jeez, what's wrong with you?
Oh no, don't bring up self-lubricating. No.
No, don't do that shit. I don't even want to deal with that. Fucking Daniel. Piece of shit ass. I love him, but god damn it. Oh, Gage, you just sent me some money. Hey, Antoine Patrick. All right, so the first story I'm going to read, though, is the Afterlife Experiment. Now, this is kind of... it's a little heavy. But a lot of C.K. Walker stories are a little heavy, so I really don't think that's a big surprise. Do you guys? I mean, seriously, let's get real here. Hey, Lollipop CL, long time no see. All right, then. Well, without further ado... let's get into this. I'm going to link you guys to the story so that way you can read with me as I read aloud, okay? Don't die in Overwatch. Cool. Nando Sandoval. Hi, how's it going? All right, so... here we go with the Afterlife Experiment. I've always felt a little lost in life, like I never received complete instructions on who I'm supposed to be. Everyone else around me seemed to know exactly who they were. Their lives would fly right by me. Their GPSs locked onto the destinations while I just sat idling in the street. In high school, I never did any extracurricular activities because I couldn't figure out if I was a sports person or a music person, and it was no different in college. I wandered through 4 different majors, unable to decide who I wanted to be. I just felt like a blank slate. And if I was a blank slate, Micah York was the starry night. Authentic, beautiful, perfect. He was my exact antithesis, which is what attracted me to him in the first place. He was born knowing exactly who he was and what he was about. His confidence and certainty in himself was all but a tangible element of him. We first met in our freshman year of college. He was a neuroscience student and I was majoring in history. We dated our sophomore year after I changed my major to computer sciences. We broke up in our junior year just before I decided I wanted a degree in psychology instead. Then he asked me a favor our senior year, just after my guidance counselor told me it was too late to switch majors again. Our last semester of college was beginning soon, and Micah had been applying to grad schools. He wanted to get his master's in neurobiology, and I helped him with the applications when I had time. I knew Micah was under a lot of stress to nail his senior thesis, so I was surprised when he asked me over to his house for a party that January. I should have known something was up because Micah was a meticulous student and he didn't throw parties, ever. When I arrived at his off-campus apartment, I considered not even getting out of the car. His flat was dark and quiet. There was definitely no party. Just, what was he up to? I picked up my phone to call Micah and beg off, but curiosity suddenly got the better of me and I hung up. When I walked into the familiar TV-less living room, I saw 2 familiar faces and 2 strange ones. There was Micah, of course, and Micah's friend, Sean Nichols, an organic chemistry major. The other 2 people were introduced to me as Irina Bradley, another med student, and Holly Bishop, a philosophy major. Irina, the med student, scooted over and made room for me on the couch. I sat down hesitantly and waited for Micah to begin whatever it was he was doing. He rose and walked to the middle of the room. Thanks for coming, guys. I'm sure you're wondering why you're here because clearly this isn't a party. The truth is, I have something of vital importance to ask each of you. Micah paused, for effort, I'm sure, took a deep breath, and dropped his voice an octave. I have selected each of you to take part in the greatest experiment of not only your lives, but perhaps even in human history. I am asking you to take part in my doctoral thesis. I rolled my eyes. Classic Micah. He may be many things, but humble wasn't one of them. A jackass appeared to be, though. And what is your thesis? I asked him nonchalantly, as if his previous statement hadn't been utterly stupid. A conclusive essay detailing what happens after human death. Irina the med student laughed. Sadly, I knew Micah well enough to know he was being serious. How do you intend to prove anything? I asked. What kind of experiments have you designed? Well, Bridget, I'm going to kill myself. The room fell quiet, and Micah, mistaking the shocked horror for awed silence, stood a little taller and finally smiled. You can't be serious. Oh, I am, and it's completely reversible. I'm going to be the first person in the world to prove or disprove the existence of an afterlife. We, demanded Sean. Yes, we. This paper is going to be our ticket into any university in the world. Wars have been waged for centuries over deities and religions, and we are going to prove what is scientifically correct beyond a shadow of a doubt. You're an idiot, I sighed, and rose from the couch to leave. Irina followed me, but Micah beat us to the door. Bridget, wait! At least hear all of it before you walk away, please. I narrowed my eyes at him and shook my head. I want no part in killing anyone, even you. I'd like to hear how it works. Holly, the philosophy major, coolly cut in from her spot on the couch. Actually, it's something I developed, Sean said. A cocktail of biological and non-biological chemicals. It's been tested and it's safe. Tested? Irina asked in horror. On whom? On local wildlife. So, never on a person, I said. Not yet, but it is safe, Sean said quickly. So then, how does it work? Irina asked. She took a step back toward the couch, and that's when I knew they had her. Micah gestured to Sean. I've developed a poison and a biologic. I call them the Romeo and Juliet serums. Juliet is a poison that kills the body. Romeo is a biologic, or antidote for lack of a better word, that revives it. Clinical death will only take place for 30 seconds, Micah cut in. No brain damage, no organ damage. Yes, it truly is perfectly safe. The body will only be dead for a short time, Sean confirmed. So, flatliners, I glared at Micah. What? Sean asked. Flatliners. It's a movie. The characters kill themselves and bring themselves back. If I recall, it didn't work out too well for them in the film, but Micah knows that since he's so obsessed with it. That's a Hollywood movie, Mikey said dryly. This is legitimate science. No, you're Kiefer Sutherland, I pointed at him. He's Kevin Bacon, I pointed at Sean, and I'm Julia fucking Roberts. No, Micah said hotly. Actually, she's Julia fucking Roberts. He pointed to Holly. So, am I Oliver Platt then? Asked Irina. No one is Oliver Platt, Micah yelled. Well, if we get to choose, I'd rather be Oliver Platt than Kevin Bacon, Sean interrupted. Sean, you're fucking Kevin Bacon, Micah spat. And you're Kiefer Sutherland, I yelled at him. This isn't fucking Flatliners! I sighed. So I'm not going under. No, Micah looked exasperated. Then why am I here? Micah combed his hand through his dark brown hair. Jesus, I've been trying to get to that. Am I going under? Irina asked. No, just me, Sean, and Holly. And you think she's going to agree to that? Actually, Holly interrupted, rising from the couch, I already have. Why? I gasped at her. Because I want to know. I need to know why I'm here, why any of us are here. I want to know what the soul is and where it goes. I want to hold the keys to human existence, love and suffering, life and death. I want to understand our purpose. And I'm getting paid, and it's perfect for my dissertation. That's another thing, Micah said quickly. Everyone will get paid. How much? Irina narrowed her eyes at him. $500 each. I groaned. $500 was pretty much how short I was on tuition for this semester, and Micah knew that. What an ass! The Romeo and Juliet serums are safe. They've been tried and tested, and they will work. Sean and I have rented a house on Emerald Street to conduct the experiment. All I'm asking is for you to show up, Bridget. Just show up next Saturday. And what about me? Asked Irina. Irina, I need you to administer the serums and monitor vital signs. Look, guys, this whole thing will take less than a minute, and then you guys can walk away with your $500 and a credit on my thesis. And what makes your evidence, which is pretty much just your testimony, conclusive? I asked. The serum Sean developed will be available to anyone and everyone, and they can repeat my experiment at their leisure. But I don't think that, please, Bridget, just show up on Saturday. There wasn't one facet of this little science experiment that didn't make me profoundly uncomfortable. But the way Micah looked at me, the tension in the room, the $500. I'm not asked, Bridget. I'm begging. Micah grabbed my hands and squeezed. I'll think about it. I wasn't really surprised to find myself at the house on Emerald Street that following Saturday. I debated about it all week, but in the end, all other factors notwithstanding, I was curious. Micah was brilliant. Top 1% of his class, several published papers. What if he was right? What if he did see something? People have near-death experiences every day and came back with stories. Micah was going deeper into death than anyone had ever come back from before, and he was doing it in a controlled environment using an experiment that could be easily duplicated. I mean, who knows? Micah greeted me at the door with a smile that said he knew I'd come and walked me to the large, barren living room. It sported tan walls, hardwood floors, lots of hospital equipment, and 3 cheap-looking twin beds. Sean and Holly were already laying on 2 of the beds with nervous smiles on their faces and IVs in their arms. Irina was bustling around checking equipment and looking incredibly stressed. Micah handed me an expensive-looking heavy camera. The cameras at the end of our beds are already recording. There are static cameras. I need you to walk around and record with this one as well. Irina is going to stagger our injections so that she can handle all 3 of us. You are simply a witness, nothing more. Okay. Micah, are you sure you want to do this? Bridget, we've been testing this, and as long as Romeo is injected in under a minute, which it will be, there is no risk. There's definitely risk, Micah, and near-death experiences. This isn't a near-death experience. It's a death experiment. Look, I know you're worried, and that's why I wanted you here, to make sure nothing goes wrong. And even if it does, I have stacks and stacks of notes and narratives proving that this was my experiment. Yeah, but I couldn't think of anything else to say. Any objection I had, Micah would have an answer for. That's just the way he was. There was no stopping him now. I could either be here to see it or be somewhere else to hear about it. I chose to stay. Micah walked over to stand in front of my camera. It's 12:51 p.m. on Saturday, January 14th. I'm Micah York, and this is the first attempt of the afterlife experiment. Micah walked over to his bed and sat down, letting Irina expertly thread a needle into his vein. He lay back on the pillow and turned to Sean and Holly. Remember, guys, as soon as you regain consciousness, speak directly to your cameras about what you saw. Yep. Got it. Okay, guys, Irina said with a shaky voice. Everything's ready. All right, Micah said excitedly. 30 seconds, that's all. Irina, as soon as the last of the Juliet leaves the tube, hit this timer. Micah pointed to the digital clocks that were set to 30 seconds at the head of each bed. Irina nodded. Bridget, you film. I swallowed loudly and nodded. See you on the other side, Micah smiled and gave a thumbs up to Holly and Sean, who returned it, and then settled back on their beds. I hit record. Irina picked up 3 red tubes of thick, clear liquid from a nearby table. Steadying her hands, she slowly injected the first tube into Micah's IV and then hit the timer above him. At the exact moment she did, Micah's heart rate monitor flatlined. I jumped at the high-pitched squeal and tried to steady the camera. Irina hurriedly moved over to Sean and did the same for him and then Holly. Now all 3 EKG machines were loudly flatlining. Irina put her hands over her ears for a minute and then pointed to a different monitor. "Get this! Bridget, record this!" It was Micah's EEG and there were 0 active brainwaves. "Get Holly and Sean's too!" I could suddenly taste a bitter metal in my mouth and I knew I was beginning to panic. This had been a bad idea, a very bad idea. By the time I looked back over to Micah's timer, there was 8 seconds left on it. Irina had already loaded up a green tube, the Romeo biologic, to Micah's IV and was just waiting to push it in. The chorus of all 3 EKG machines wildly sounding their alarms was deafening. It was screaming at us. "Do something! Do something! Why are you just standing there? Save them!" Just when I couldn't stand it anymore, a different alarm buzzed and Irina injected the Romeo into Micah's arm. I didn't breathe at all as I waited for Micah's vital monitors to show life. It took less than 5 seconds for the EKG machine to register a spike, and then another. Micah's EEG machine suddenly flared to life as well. I exhaled. Irina had just stepped over to Sean when Micah suddenly shot up in bed, eyes wide, and opened his mouth. I was so excited and curious that I almost forgot to hold the camera up. I couldn't wait to hear what he had to say. But Micah didn't say anything. He just screamed. The surprise and force of it made me stumble back into a wall. It was the most blood-curdling scream I had ever heard. And then Sean started screaming too. Micah took no notice of him and threw himself off the bed to the floor, slamming his head on the wood over and over again. Sean had also jumped out of bed and run over to the wall to stand just 2 inches from it, screaming at it as if he didn't know the wall was there. My shock quickly gave way to panic. Micah's head was already bloody and the sound it made against the hard oak was sickening. "Irina, help me!" Irina, who hadn't moved since Sean had knocked her out of the way, stared at me wide-eyed. "We need to get him off the floor. He's hurting himself." She opened her palm and looked down at the last tube of Romeo biologic as if she'd never seen it before. "You didn't give that to her yet? Give that to Holly now!" My voice was high and wild. I was holding Micah in my arms while he continued to hit his head against the air as if the floor were still there. And then the screaming. Oh God, the screaming. Both Micah and Sean were splitting my ears open. The horror on Micah's face as he beat his head harmlessly against the air, mouth open in a wide O, and the sharp, agonizing terror coming out of Sean was enough to make my eyes well up in fear. What had happened? What had they seen? The camera, long forgotten, lay discarded under Micah's bed where his flailing legs had kicked it. Irina was doing frantic chest compressions on Holly, tears streaming from her eyes. But I knew it was too late. Holly was lost. Irina, call 911. She didn't stop working on Holly, just continued on like she hadn't heard me. And perhaps she hadn't. The screaming. I let go of Micah just for a moment to grab my phone and he was up and running. He hit the front door, smashing his forehead against the glass. "Micah, stop!" If Sean noticed us near him, he didn't show it. He just continued that piercing, horrible scream. Emergency services couldn't hear me on the phone, but they had someone at the house within 5 minutes. A very, very long 5 minutes. Irina gave up on Holly at some point and just paced around the room mumbling, "I don't understand. I did it right. I don't understand." They took Holly, Sean, and Micah away in an ambulance, and they took me and Irina to the police station. They watched the videos. I never graduated, but at least I didn't go to prison like Irina. I retreated into myself after her trial and refused to speak to anybody. I spent months holed up in my apartment, asking the same question over and over. What did they see? And it's not like I could ask them. Sean had screamed until he permanently lost the use of his voice. Now he sits in a room in a hospital facing a wall with his mouth wide open as if he were screaming. And somehow, that's worse than screaming. He hasn't said or written a word since that day. Micah, he's in a hospital too. Sometimes he screams and sometimes he's quiet. Sometimes he thrashes and sometimes he lies as still as the dead. I visited them both many times, begging them to tell me what they saw, but my visits were fruitless until this last time. Yesterday, when I visited Micah, he was in his screaming stage. I sat with him and let him scream, waiting to see if he would transition to one of his catatonic stages so that I could speak. When I was tired of waiting, I leaned in close to his ear, and I asked him, "Micah, what did you see?" His screaming slowly morphed into an insane, uncontrollable laughter I'd never heard before. His doctor, who'd been just outside, came running into the room. "What did you do?" he asked, alarmed. "I just asked him a question," I responded quietly. "What was the question?" "I asked him what he saw." We both noticed the sudden silence at the same time. We slowly turned toward Micah to find him facing us, no expression on his face. "It's all waiting for you. It's waiting for all of us." Then his mouth fell open into a large O, and the laughter slowly began again, followed by shrill, horrible screams. I left the hospital that day wishing I had never come at all, wishing I'd never met Micah. I drove home with tears pouring down my cheeks. What did they see? What is on the other side? Do I even want to know? But it really doesn't matter anymore. Someday, I'll find out. And so will you. Well, that was intense. Woo! Oh my God, my heart was beating. Jesus. You know, that's the first time that's the first time I've ever read that story, believe it or not.
You got really into it.
Well, that's what happens. Um Yay! Okay. So that was crazy, guys. I don't know. Like, what did you think about that story? Wiki Komoto, I am not a big smelly. You're a big smelly. How about that? Hey, Immunity Zero. Thank you, Spartan 2001. So what did you think of that story, Argent? Wasn't that wild?
Yeah, a wild is a word. A wild is a word.
A wild. A wild is a word that works. Yeah.
Wild is a word that works. Intense for sure. It's definitely intense.
Would you ever do something like that? Like, I would never do some shit like that. Like, that's crazy, you know? Like, I'm not about that life. I'm sorry. Like, there's just, there's no way. I would never do that. That's just.
I'm not that curious.
Yeah, no. When it's my time to die, it's my time to die, and then I'll know when that shit happens, when that shit goes down.
Pretty much.
You know, I'm not about to sit here and go through some shit like that. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, so That wore me out a little bit. I need to drink some water. Hold on.
Hydrate yourself.
Oh, man. Woo! Yeah, that was a little intense. Aw, thanks, Kuda2 Gaming. You guys are awesome. Vegan sausage and broccoli. That sounds kind of yummy.
What? But vegan, like,
Yeah, that's
concept of vegan sausage.
yeah, I don't quite understand it myself either.
Well, it's like I told you before that I had someone make me tofu bulgogi, right?
Yeah, how did that work out?
Right. It was odd.
mm,
Yeah, no. First of all, bulgogi should be meat,
right?
and second of all, it wasn't your bulgogi anyway. So
No, actually, I didn't get a new microphone. I built a sound box. That's why I sound better, Kuda. I did get a new microphone though. Straight up, I really did. It's really, it's a Procaster Rode Procaster. I'm really excited. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear it? Because I can't show it to you guys, obviously, but I got it.
I mean, if you aimed the camera below your face,
Yeah, I don't trust myself to do that. Yeah, but yeah, I did get a new microphone. I haven't hooked it up yet though. I'm in a box right now. But once I get an interface and some XLR cables, I will be using that to record the rest of my stories and a lot of my other audio podcast stuff that I do. Thank you, June.
I still haven't created a sound box yet, which I really need to do before we start getting into all this other stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you buy the little box, the little canvas box that you need to put your foam in?
No, I actually was I have some leftover plywood and I was probably just gonna build one.
Okay. Yeah, I got the little canvas box, the little cubby boxes that you can fold in. I bought it at Walmart, and I just lined the foam in there.
Yeah, I might. That actually sounds like a really good idea. I might do that if building it with the plywood doesn't work out.
Yeah. Well, it definitely works, if you can't tell. Mm-hmm. Um, what do you think of the word shy? Shy? I don't know. And I mean, it could be a variety of things, I guess.
Well, so like, what about it? The way it sounds?
Yeah, like what is the way that, yeah, like that's such a vague question. Because I really don't quite know how to answer that, you know? Um,
Could you be more specific?
be more specific, please. Yes. Plex. Plex. Yes. Plex.
Let's just mangle the pronunciation of this one word.
You know what? I really don't even care. um. Oh, Wiki Komoto, you only missed one story. So don't worry. You're good. Let's see here. It's a little quiet. Where are you at? Trying to find something that I won't get copyright flagged for. Because fuck that noise. What do I think about the word howitzer? Isn't that like a fucking weapon? Yeah, I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that word other than the fact that it's a fucking weapon.
Or would you join? and why?
Which Lantern Core?
Yeah, that's the one from
Uh,
Spartan 2001.
hmm.
There are so many though.
There are. Like that's hard. Maybe the gray ones. Yeah, they're isn't that right? The gray ones? The gray lanterns? That is I think that's one.
I know there's white and all the colors of the rainbow, and I'm pretty sure there's black. I don't know about gray.
Bye, Jen. Love you.
Let's find out.
Yes.
Google.
Google for the win.
Uh, no, there's black.
Black.
Because
Maybe that's the one.
because it's black, it often is shown gray.
Right. I knew I saw gray. Would I rather be insane or creepy? Well, creepy, doesn't like creepy like go along with the whole, like you're creepy stalker kind of creepy, like you're a creep, like you creep on people, like the peeping
Oh,
Tom kind of creep.
I mean, creepy can be different things. It's like,
Because I mean, I read creepy stories and I have a creepy laugh when I'm reading creepy stories, but does that mean that like I want to be creepy? Like, I don't want to be insane because, like, when you're insane, you don't know what's real and what's not real, and I'm not about that.
I think you'd just rather be a psychopath.
Right. No, yeah, that's right. I'd rather just, have psychosis or I could be a sociopath. No, I could not be a sociopath.
No,
That's
you would have to be a psychopath because you you knowing the difference between right and wrong, you would still go with right all the time. And
yeah.
that's the key difference between a psychopath and a sociopath. I, on the other hand, could absolutely be a sociopath.
Yeah, that's true. Like if I was psychotic, then that would be me consciously choosing to be horrible. Bye, Element. Um,
But between insane and creepy, I think you would end up going creepy.
yeah, I think I would too. I'm not a big fan of being insane. Like that's the telltale heart kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like where you start just like you get so wrapped up in your own head, you don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. Like I'm not about that. That's weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, she'd
Um,
be creepy, guys.
I
She'd
yeah, I would
absolutely be
I would
creepy.
I would absolutely be creepy. Have I played Cuphead? No, I have not.
Right. I've seen like four or five, people asking you to do your creepy laugh, and I just want to say, if you do that,
Uh,
warn me so I can take the headphones off first.
no, I'm not gonna do that. Um,
Yet.
I don't want to disturb my I have neighbors now, guys. I got to be careful about how I act now. I can still be
Well,
loud. I can still be loud. That's not a problem. And it is a Friday
are you?
night.
Well, I was about to say, first of all, it's a Friday night. Second of all, are you an hour off from me, or are you still central?
I'm still central.
Okay, it ain't even 8 o'clock yet. Fuck them.
uh, when are you gonna start ASMR videos?
Look, I've been telling her to do that for years, literal years.
Yeah, she has. I just don't. I mean, like, do I have to scratch the microphone like this? Do I got to do this number here while I'm talking?
You can. That's the thing that you could do, sure. But there's all sorts of ASMR. Um, one of my favorite ones does a whole lot of like layered stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and she role plays. So she'll have like layered sounds going on in the background while she does her role play, and it's awesome. I think you'd
Mm,
be really good at that.
I'm more of a thug than 90% of YouTube. What does that mean?
Thug life, that's all that means.
Yes, thug life. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Where is this song? Is it this one? Is it the planchette one? No, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want either.
That's a really good question. Are you gonna update your PO box now that you've moved?
Yes. Well, I told you guys, I said that you could still send stuff to my P.O. box back in Mississippi because that doesn't run out until December. So if you're going to send me stuff, you better send it within the next month. Then after all of that, then I will post up my actual P.O. box that I have here so you guys can send me stuff. Where is this song? Makes me mad. Where is it? Brendan Boone is so good at what he does. I'm just going to say that. But I'm trying to find this fucking song and I can't. Did I miss it? Is it the planchette? No, it's not that. Fucking planchettes. There we go.
Finch is over there dying in Overwatch.
Oh my god.
He needed to get good.
Eben, I already said something to you earlier. Yeah, that's what I thought, username. I could probably do it with my Procaster, honestly. My fucking emails keep going off. My work emails me like every second, I swear to God. I'll go to bed and I wake up with like 5,000 emails.
That sounds right, yeah. You can do ASMR with a regular mic.
Aw, Swamp Dweller.
It's really binaural stuff that absolutely requires the special setup.
Yeah.
I've seen ASMR artists who've had a single mic setup and still managed to do some really awesome stuff. So
yeah. All right. So anyway, next story is called Dear Nick and Jamie. I will post the story link in the chat so that you guys can read with me as I read aloud. I used to play 3 different musical instruments. I used to play the clarinet, I used to play the baritone saxophone, and I used to play the bass clarinet.
You were a band geek.
I was. And I was drum major in high school.
And you did the dance stuff too, right?
Oh God, I was in show choir. God help me.
Yeah.
I danced and sang and did show tunes. It was great. It was great fun. Argent came to my spring show. I was so happy that day. I didn't think you were going to make it.
I didn't think I was going to make it either.
Randomizer, you shouldn't be slapping college kids in the knee unless you take an arrow to it. Then it's appropriate.
Buy them dinner first.
Chaotic Recluse. Holy shit, my brother just called me back. That's a good thing? Is it? I hope so. Yeah, June, Band Geeks for the win. Yes. Wiki Komoto, shut up. You are so out of control. Okay. Anyway, so I posted the link in the chat, guys. If you'd like to read along with me as I read aloud, that would be great. Hey, Swagger Bomb. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Swamp Deller, you are my spirit animal as well. All right, so yeah, I'm going to read this story aloud as you guys read with me. Argent, if there's any stories you want to read, feel free to find one, and you can, unless you just feel like listening. I know you were eating.
I'll see if I can find something.
Yeah, the other reason why I'm not going to be, like I said, I'm trying to put myself on vocal rest for the time being because, as you guys know, I've been doing Higanbana lately, and that strains the shit out of my voice. But also because I want to go right. So, I am the worst. I am the worst, and I am the best. Yes. So that's the biggest issue, but mostly because I do need to be on vocal rest. Because tomorrow I'm going to be full scale recording. I'm going to finish recording the entire episode of the rest of Onikakshi Hen for Higurashi, so that way I can go ahead and start editing it over the weekend and split that up into parts. I sang Phantom of the Opera stuff when I was in college. All right. So, without further ado, here is Dear Nick and Jamie. I'll rest my voice on you, all right, Swamp Dollar. All right, here we go. Dear Nick and Jamie, I miss you so much already. This has been the hardest month of my entire life. I know it seems silly to write you a letter, and I really don't know when you'll be able to read it. I just couldn't go another day without telling my kids how much I love them. You both will be happy to know I'm working very hard to bring you back. I've been to lots of job interviews and even have a second interview on Tuesday with a real office. That's only 3 days away. Soon I'll have a new good paying job, and then I'll rent us one of the nice big apartments we used to drive by on the way to school. You'll both be able to have your own rooms. It'll be so much nicer than this crappy place. I want to say again how sorry I am for everything. I tried so hard to make sure you guys didn't notice how poor we were, but Nick, you're almost 11. I know you noticed. And Jamie, I remember the day my sweet girl came home from school crying because she didn't have the right clothes to make the other kids like you. I'm just so sorry I failed you both so much. I love my children more than anything. Believe that. I can't wait to get my life on the right track so you can come back. I've had a lot of time to think without you guys here, and I know it's no excuse, but I also grew up very poor. I wanted the best for my children, but I didn't give that to you. I dropped out of school in 9th grade to have you, Nikki. You were the bright sun in my world until your little sister came along 5 years later, and now I have 2 sons. Just like Star Wars, Nikki. I have been watching your movies since you're not here. I miss you so much. Yesterday, as I was walking home from the bus stop, I saw a yard sale. I bought a Pinkie Pie blanket for you, Jamie, and a set of Star Wars ship Legos for you, Nick. It is already built, but you can take it apart and build it again. I know you can do it. You're so very smart. And I know I shouldn't have spent the $4 because I'm saving for a better apartment, but I couldn't resist. It was hard to watch my babies go hungry so many nights. Now that it's just me to go hungry, I can spare a few dollars here and there. I also got rid of the bed bugs in your room. I sanitized all of your clothes and your blankets and toys and borrowed our neighbor's steam vac. Even though you will come back to the newer, bigger place, it was nice to be able to do a bit of mothering with your toys. I'm looking at that apartment complex over by your school for us. I know you guys hated the 2-hour bus commute we had to take every morning, but I really wanted you to be able to go to a good school because you're both so smart and deserve a good school. And that apartment is only 3 blocks away. It even has a pool. I can't wait to show it to you. We'll be so happy there. I'll have the money to buy your favorite foods at the grocery store and no more church Christmas presents. I can't wait to be able to give you guys everything you deserve, and I'll finally be the mother you deserve. I know I promised you I'd come back in less than a year. It's taken me a bit longer than I thought to get job interviews, so it may be a little longer, but under a year and a half for sure. I know it's a long time, and the only thing that keeps me going is knowing I'm doing all of this to give you a better life. I want to be a good mama. I hope you both are sleeping well. I try not to go into your rooms too much. The urge to open the freezer and look at my two babies is so strong. And plus, I don't know if that will affect anything. I don't really understand science too much. I spent our last pennies on that deep freezer, but I know I did the right thing. I'm so glad I remembered Grandpa Bob used to freeze wood frogs in his ice chest. They always seemed so much happier when he took them out in the spring and brought them back. You'll be happier too. No more jelly bread for dinner or tattered clothes. Well, I'm gonna go iron my white pants again. I can't wait until Tuesday. As soon as I get this job and save up enough money, I can move to Woodbow and wake you up. How did a mom like me get lucky enough to have kids as great as you guys? See you soon, my angels. I love you. Mommy. Uh Yeah, that happened. Did you hear that? Did you hear that story?
I only caught like a little bit of it because I was trying to something to read.
Mm. Uh so yeah, that story was all kinds of screwed up. Because the mom was reading a letter to her kids and her kids are in the freezer. Hey, Silver Studio. Isn't that screwed up? Like, oh my god. That's so shitty. Hey, Michael Blackburn. Hey, Jackie. It's okay that you're an hour late. Better late than never. So basically, for those of you, that was CK immunity. That was CK. This is all CK Walker night tonight. So basically, what happened is the mom, she is fucking crazy. She probably was in a mental hospital and swore up and down that the way to take care of her kids was to kill them and put them in the freezer because her grandfather froze some fucking wood frogs and was like, oh, I'm gonna thaw them out in the summertime and they'll be just fine. Um, yeah. And so she fucking froze her kids thinking she was gonna be able to like thaw out her children, when she could afford to take care of her kids. Um,
Isn't that like part of the concept of cryostasis?
Yeah, but that's fucking liquid nitrogen. You don't put the fuckers in a goddamn freezer like a meat locker. Like, that's fucking dead. That's dead, dead.
People with a very poor understanding of science might do that, though.
Well, this woman wasn't just had a poor understanding of science. She was fucking crazy. Like,
Yes.
aw, thanks, Jackie. Yeah, I was in a recent episode of Chilling Tales for Dark Knight, and it was the story, I think, Heather's Phases or something, Hannah's Phases, something like that. Anyway, it was a story about a woman who was so obsessed with being skinny, she like bought this fucking cream and put it on her body, and it ended up killing her. I'm not gonna tell it. I'm not gonna tell you how it killed her, but it was fucked up. Yeah, Miss K. Reed. She wanted to keep her kids fresh, all right. Um. Okay, that was heavy. That was dark. Uh, so, did you find a story? Or are you still looking? Argent.
Yeah, the internet dropped out.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you find a story or did you?
Nope. Nope,
No.
my internet dropped.
Okay. You're typing in the thing. Why are you typing to me?
Well, I had my phone out and I was going to tell you that my internet had gone away and then it came back.
Oh.
And no, I haven't found a story yet.
All right. Well, in that case, I will move on to the next story.
Go for it.
All right. So the next story is called Betsy the Doll. I've never read this story before. All these stories that I'm reading to you guys tonight, I've never read any of them. So all of these reactions are genuine. All of these reactions are fresh. All of these reactions are real time. Oh, I got a message. Aw. Cal just messaged me. Thanks. I'm glad you're listening in. Alright. Excusez-moi. Alright, so let me find. That's a good one. I need a long one. Oh, that's a good song, but I don't know if that's appropriate. It's so good, though. Oh, that's a good song, too, but no. Ah, there we go. This will be good. I needed the piano version. That'll work. Alrighty. So, this story is called Betsy the Doll. I will post the story in the chat so that you guys can. Are you keeping this live stream and did you read the story you were talking about? What story? Oh, yeah, I just finished reading that one, Jackie. Don't worry. I'm going to be streaming for a little while longer. Don't worry. But yeah, so the next story is Betsy the Doll. And I'm posting the story in the chat so you guys can read it with me as I read aloud. And I'm probably going to read this story and let you guys listen to a snippet of Conjuria, which, Argent, you might have heard about that from Atticus or me talking about it. But basically, it's the official day has been, not day, but the official month has been announced. We are going to be dropping the first episode of Conjuria in February. We want to get everything in production. I just got the last 5 episodes of the script. It'll be 10 episodes for the first season. I played Jenny Walker in the first season, who is a private investigator. And she has to basically try and find this person who is missing named Claire. Anyway, the thing is,
I think you told me about this.
yeah, and it's really good. I don't know if I let you listen to the snippet though, but I'm gonna play the snippet at the end of the stream. So I'm gonna read one more story, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to the snippet. It's really good. It's only a couple of it's only like I think 2 or 3 minutes. But it's so well put together, and I'm so excited. We have such a great cast of characters. We have a great cast of we have great actors in general that are doing such a great job. So I'm super, super, super stoked to let you guys listen to this. But yeah, if officially we'll be dropping in February of next year once we have everything in production. So I think you guys will like it a lot. And yeah. So, without further ado, I'm going to go into Betsy the Doll, and then I'm going to let you guys listen to the Conjuria snippet, and then I'll let you guys ask me a few questions here at the end. We'll do like a little mini Q&A, and then I do have to sign off because if you guys can't tell, I have to hydrate again. My voice is doing some weird stuff right now. All right. Okay, so here we go. Like most people, I had a messed up childhood. Who doesn't, right? My father took off before I was born, and my mother was left to care for me on her own, a skill she was sorely lacking. My mother slipped right back into the drug-addled party lifestyle she'd enjoyed before I was born and had soon turned our 2-bedroom apartment into an opium den. For the first 5 years of my life, I walked around in a confused, terrifying mist. The smoky air would flood down the hallway from our living room and slip under my bedroom door. It always seemed to linger for days. I know now that my mother wasn't a bad person, just a victim of her addictions. When she did have spare money, she would put food in the house or buy me clothes from Goodwill. The only pieces of furniture I had in my bedroom was a mattress set and a little blue and white toy chest. Not that I had a lot of toys to put in it, of course, just the 3 I had gotten for birthdays. One was an art kit, one was a red wagon, and the last, my pride and joy, was a doll named Betsy. Betsy was my best friend. We would have imaginary tea parties together, sleep together, and even take baths together. Sometimes I even remember her voice. When I thought back on my conversations with the doll in adulthood, I realized that I was likely suffering from delusions thanks to the always present butts of smoke that laid claim to the dingy hallways and drafty bedrooms of our small apartment. Still, I remember the sound of her voice, a pleasant, tingling lilt that was almost always coupled with a raucous giggle. I also remember the things that she said to me and the things she wanted me to do. She asked me to steal usual food or pens and pencils. She wanted me to bring her forks and knives and hit the bad men who slept on our couch. It was always something, and I would always get in trouble, but she wouldn't. When I told my mother who had put me up to these games, she would scoff and shake her head. She never believed me. Adults never do. Around my 6th birthday, I asked my mother for a birthday party. I wanted to invite the mean girls from school and serve them cake and ice cream to make them like me. I remember standing in the kitchen that day with such hopes, having just asked the most important question of my entire life. The glass bottle of Coca-Cola I held was shaking in my nervous hands. I waited with bated breath as my mother continued putting groceries away, almost as if she hadn't heard me. But I knew she had. Finally, just as I had failed a second time to muster the courage to repeat my question, she turned around and gave me a flippant shake of her head. A birthday party? Laura, that's ridiculous. I can't afford to feed 15 children that aren't even mine. Hell, I can barely afford to feed you. You eat like an elephant, especially for a girl your size. Or, I'm sorry, Betsy does. There's barely anything left for me to eat around here, much less a classroom of other people's brats. My face fell as she shook her head, mumbled something else under her breath, and stumbled off into the living room. I heard the music go up then as more people walked in the door. Some left and some stayed. I never knew them either way. It simply wasn't fair. My mother threw parties all the time. What about me? I was a kid. All my friends had birthday parties, and now the mean girls at school would know I was too poor to have one, and they would tease me even more. I felt tears start to well in the corners of my eyes, and I choked back a sob while I ran to my room and slammed the door behind me. Betsy was lying on the bed and smiling. She was always smiling. Usually it made me feel better, but today it just made me angry. She just kept staring at me, smiling. She was going to tell me to do something bad again. This was why Mother wouldn't throw me a birthday party. It was because of all the trouble I got into because of her. This was her fault! Betsy didn't have to go to school, and Betsy never got into trouble like I did. And in my young mind, I truly believed it was the doll, not my mother, who was to blame for everything. I snapped then. I screamed in indignant rage, and I threw the bottle as hard as I could at the bed. It hit Betsy on her forehead, and she fell on the floor. Good. I picked up the bottle, and I hit her again and again. I thought I heard her laugh, and I hit her harder. Then I laughed. When my rage was spent, I dragged Betsy to my toy chest and threw her in. I slammed it shut and kicked the chest against the wall. I never wanted to see Betsy again. Ever. I never owned another doll after Betsy. About a week later, the police came and 2 nice ladies took me to live in a new home in a new state with food and toys and no drugs. The trunk went into storage and the wagon disappeared. I never saw my mother again. As I got older, my foster parents admitted she was in jail doing 25 years. That was fine with me. I felt nothing for her anyway. I still had nightmares because of my life with that woman, but then, slowly, I began to heal. I focused on doing well in school, and I ignored my mother's letters from prison. She reached out to me several times in my 20s as well, but I always declined her calls. That is, until this morning. I'm 30 now with my own children and a loving, honest husband. I have a beautiful house, 2 dogs, and a career as a social worker trying to make a difference for kids who had it bad like me. I'm happy. I'm steady. I'm content. So when I got a voicemail from my mother informing me she had been paroled and that she wished to speak to me, I decided to let her say her piece. Since the kids were home from school, I went out into our shed in the backyard to return my mother's call. The shed was the children's domain and they used it to play in the summer. I sat on my old toy chest, which was currently being used as tea party table, and dialed the number she had left me. 3 rings. Hello? Laura? Hello, Mother. How are you? Oh, Laura, thank you for speaking to me. I know you have your own life now and a family. I would love to meet them someday. I just wanted to tell you how sorry I am for everything. Mother, you are not meeting my kids, ever. And since you called me, I'm going to do what I have needed to do for years. The opium, the heroin, they destroyed you. And the worst of it is that you almost took me down with you. I was 5. That was no home for a child. Honestly, I'm surprised it took you so long to get caught. Laura, I know how it seems, but I honestly know nothing. Look, it hardly matters, and I do understand why you would feel that way. Why you would hate me and not want me to meet your little ones. I learned a lot about forgiveness while I was away and just... Oh, Laura, I am so sorry about Betsy. Betsy? I paused, confused. Why would you care about her? I know, Laura, believe me, I do. It was all my fault. The drugs, the party, and Betsy. Oh, God. If I had only paid attention, if I had only known. She's gone, and it's because of me. As my mother began to cry, I tapped my fingers on the toy box impatiently. The drugs had clearly fried her brain. Mother? I sighed. Why are you talking about Betsy? And why do you even care? I know where Betsy is. Right underneath me. What are you talking about, Laura? Oh, God, where is she? I shifted uncomfortably. Well, Betsy's in the trunk, where she's always been. There was a beat of stunning silence. What do you mean your sister's in the trunk? Sister? What the hell are you talking about? Back on drugs so soon? That's a record, even for you. Betsy is a goddamn doll. I locked her in my toy box a few days before you got arrested for possession. Laura, oh God, no, Laura, what have you done? I wasn't arrested because of the drugs, Laura. I was arrested because of Betsy's disappearance. You always called her your little doll, but we thought you knew. Oh God, we thought you knew, Laura. No, what have you done to my baby? My mind had gone blank, and with no emotion, I set the phone down next to me and stood up. I could hear the muffled sound of my mother's anguished cries and feel the dark clutch of possibility in my own chest. Memories were stirring in the back of my mind, threatening to flood forward into my consciousness. They were pushed against a door in my mind that I had locked so tightly for so long that I had forgotten it was even there. Was it even possible? Could the trauma and the opium have really led me to believe that a small child was actually a doll? Begging for food and utensils to eat with asking me to protect her from the bad man? No. I slowly turned around and brought my eyes down to the makeshift tea party table. Surely it was too small. You couldn't fit a person in there. You couldn't. But then, what about a very small, starving, emaciated child? What about her? Would she fit? Would an investigator even bother looking for a person in his chest? I knew I wouldn't. It was just too small. And I was sure we had opened the toy box at some point over the years, hadn't we? Or had something swimming in the dark recesses of my memories always stopped me? I couldn't remember ever seeing it open. I knelt down to the ground and opened the clasps. It would be better to not look. After all that I had overcome, this new life that I'd earned for myself, it could all be undone by opening this toy box. I shouldn't open it. I should throw it in a landfill and forget it ever existed. I should not look inside. I opened the chest. I never had a doll. My mother never could afford to buy me one. I never had a wagon either, for that matter. But I did have a toy box. A pretty blue and white toy box. And when I was 5, I beat my little sister to death and put her in it. Woo!
Whale.
Oh my god!
This is why, if you're gonna do drugs, don't do them around kids.
Oh my god, my heart! That upsets me so hard. Oh, no. That was awful. That's terrible. I can't even. I can't. I cannot even right now.
That's what you get for cold reading.
I can't help it. It was so good, okay? This is what I do at live streams, all right? I read and I give the audience genuine reactions. Man, that was terrible. I have 4 missed calls. Whoops. Yeah, that was pretty messed up, guys. Holy shit. All right. Well, that was really good. That was really good. Okay. Well, that was the last story of the night, guys. But remember, I did say I was gonna let you guys listen to this teaser. So let me grab it real quick. Oh, it's actually longer than that. It's an 8-minute clip, guys. 8 minutes. So you'll have 8 minutes of solid awesomeness. So good. So excited. So yeah, again, this is the Conjuria podcast that we're doing. And like I said, it's a murder mystery story. I play the Disco Kitty Gaming. Hey, welcome. I know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just pick the stories Miss K reads. I just pick them. Oh, I'm sorry, Izzy. I hope you don't mind I'm playing it again. Yes, after I get done with the let you guys listen to this, I'm going to hey, Diego Conchola. No, we're not ending the stream yet. We're not ending the stream yet, Diego. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with notifications. This is weird.
She's not ending the stream. That was just the last story that she's reading live.
Yeah, I'm not ending the stream yet. Hey K5 Bomber or Somber, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a while. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go have a smoke and ignore you guys while I play this audio clip. I'm going to stay in here and listen. Oh, Joseph, I'm not leaving. You don't have to leave. I'm just gonna let you guys listen to this clip real quick, and then after I let you listen to the clip, I'm gonna do a short little Q&A. I'll be taking my leave. Eden, here's 2 pieces of advice. Never tell anyone everything. Where's the second piece of advice? I'm waiting.
That's it's like there are two types of people in the world: those who can extrapolate from.
Ah, gotcha. I don't know if you're crazy for listening to 2 live streams at the same time. I don't know. Well, I hate that you're going away, Sigh. All right, I gotta find this clip. That's what I'm saying, Disco Kitty. Like, really? How did you not smell someone rotting away in the trunk all these years? That's the thing. You can't hide a corpse for that long and it not affect you some way.
I mean, that depends on how you hide it.
I guess. I mean, she was 5. How did you? I mean, it's not like she knew how to embalm anybody.
Well, it did say that it went into storage for a while, so depending on where at, then it probably could have dried the corpse out, or.
That's true. That's true. Oh well. All right, so here's the clip. I found it. I know. I couldn't help myself. Okay, so I found the clip. Yay, I found the clip. All right. So I'm going to play this for you guys. Again, this is just my way of like promoting it and getting you guys hyped up for it. I'm so excited because seriously, it's such a big deal that this is going on. We're going to be featured on Shudder TV. It's going to be great. I'm just so stoked about it. Like, I literally could cry. This is such a big opportunity for me, guys. As a voice actor, it's and a narrator in general, but definitely a voice actor. This is just such a great opportunity, and I'm really excited, and I cannot wait to share every little step of the way with you guys. We recorded the first 5 episodes, and it gets crazier with each episode. Like, the shit just keeps getting heavier and heavier in each one, and I cannot wait for you guys to listen. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to mute my mic so you guys can listen to this fully and appreciate the wonder that is this story. Or this clip, excuse me. And then at the end, we're going to do a short little Q&A so you guys can ask me questions and stuff, and I'll answer them. And you can ask Argent questions as well, and any questions that I can't answer, I'm pretty sure she can answer them. So.
And I have so many stories about Eden specifically.
Oh my God. That's what happens when you know somebody for almost half your life. All right, so here we go. Yeah, well, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It'll be all right.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna mute my mic, and you should mute yours too.
Okay, here's a fun one for you.
Jesus Christ. All right, hit me.
Let's say for a second, a magic fairy flies into your bedroom at night and presents you with an ultimatum.
What is it with you and all the magic fairy stuff? Can't you just ask the question like a normal person?
Oh, shut it, you're throwing me off. Anyway, so the magic fairy flies in and she says to you, you've got a choice. You can either fuck a dead cat or cut your dick off. What do you do?
What the fuck is wrong with this fairy?
Don't dodge the question.
Right now, the only question on my mind is what terrible sin I must have committed in a past life to get saddled with your depraved ass. If you've got any more perverse fairy tales, you can keep them to yourself, thanks.
Excuse me, mate. Can we get another 2 pints over here? My friend isn't drunk enough to start having fun yet.
Screw you.
Sure thing. Coming right up.
Thanks.
Any word from Resnick yet?
Huh?
You know, on what the hell we're meant to be doing.
Same as before. We stay put and await further orders.
Great. Now we're getting ignored by our boss, too. He sure knows how to make his employees feel valued.
I don't know why you're so uptight about it, mate. Can't you just enjoy the time off for once? Last time I checked, they don't give out end-of-year bonuses for being the most anal retentive.
Time off, Graham. Not exactly time off when you could get the call at any moment, constantly on edge, waiting to pick up the damn phone. That's not my idea of fun. If I wanted that, I'd have stayed at the call center.
Here you go, fellas.
Thanks.
Is the phone ringing now?
What?
Is the phone ringing right now, at this very moment?
No.
Then bottoms up, Wilson, my boy. We're on holiday.
Whoa there.
Whoopsie daisy.
You okay there, lady?
Yep. Oh yeah. Doing just fine. Can I get another round here, barkeep?
I think you might have had enough.
What? I'm practically sober.
You've got a funny way of showing it.
Barkeep?
Sorry, ma'am. I think you better call it a night.
Oh, come on.
The decision's final. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Shit. How about a bottle of Jack for the road? Then I'm out of your hair. I promise.
Oh, you got any idea what kind of trouble I could get in for that? God's sake, you can barely walk.
Ah, well, I guess you're right. I think I'll just stay here and start singing Smash Mouth's greatest hits. Loudly.
Oh, for the love of Christ. All right, but if anyone asks, you got it from the liquor store next door, you hear?
You're an angel.
There, now get moving. I'm not interested in cleaning up your fucking puke.
God bless you, sir.
She was pretty,
Pretty drunk.
as if that'd put you off.
Fuck off. Besides, I don't usually go for brunettes.
Oh, spare me. Your type is anyone you can overpower.
Again, fuck off. You're projecting.
She was attractive, though, you got to admit.
You got a point you're building up to here?
Yeah, pretty girl like that, drunk as hell. Is she really safe walking home at night?
Probably not. But that's not our problem. We're on our awesome little stateside holiday, after all. I don't see why we should lift a finger for anybody.
Where's your sense of chivalry, Wilson? A pair of strapping young lads like us should be escorting a little lady like that back to the safety of her home. It's our gentlemanly duty.
You can't be serious.
Oh, watch me.
And you expect me to pick up the tab? Again?
I'll cover it next time, I swear.
Sure you will. Freeloading asshole. So, have you got a plan of action, or are you just going in all Peter Sutcliffe on her?
Dunno. Suppose I'll just wing it.
The most terrifying 6 words in the English language.
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if we could get a quick word with you.
Smooth.
Fuck off, I'm working on it. Miss, could you hear me out for just a second?
I think she's more interested in her whiskey, Graham. Can't we just go back inside?
Yeah, we'll just see about that. Miss,
You know, I've had a sudden change of heart. I was wrong earlier. This is brilliant.
miss, would you listen to me for just a second? Miss, are you fucking deaf?
Maybe it's just selective hearing, you know? All the frequencies that seem particularly wankerish just get tuned out. I'll look into getting it myself.
That's it. Give me that fucking bottle.
If you insist.
Bam! Fuck, my fucking face! Gah!
Holy shit, Graham!
Shh.
don't scream.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Don't sweat it. He'll live. Now, let's see if you will.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. We didn't mean to cause any harm. We'll give you money. So much money.
Shut up. I don't want your money. I just want you to be quiet. Quiet and still. Like your friend there.
Fucking bitch.
Exactly. All right, Wilson, don't scream. If you scream, I might panic. And if I'm panicking, I'm more likely to do something stupid. So, we understand each other now, or do I have to go over it again for you, but slower?
How do you know my name? Who the hell are you?
I'll ask the questions. That way, you can keep all your blood inside your body, and you can get your wannabe sex criminal friend over there to the emergency room before he gets any uglier. Deal?
Deal.
Good. See how much easier everything is when you're cooperative?
I'm blind. I've gone fucking blind.
Shut up. Now, Wilson, are you listening carefully?
Yes. Very carefully.
Good. I'm looking for a girl about yay high, sweet little smile, curly hair. Been missing for a few days. You know a girl like that, Wilson?
Yes.
I want you to tell me everything you know about Claire Dubois. Congeria, Episode 1, The Ballad of Claire Dubois, Part 1.
And that's it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so ready for it. You guys don't even know. Oh my gosh, guys. Like, seriously. Jackie. Well, shit, is it February yet? That's what I'm saying. Guys, you guys don't even know. I am so excited. I'm so ready for you guys to listen to this shit. It's so good. And it just gets better. Like, that's just the intro to the first episode. Like, shit goes downhill from there after that. And it's just so fucking good. It's, oh my god, I can't even. I'm so ready for it. Didn't that sound so good, though? I'm so ready for it. Arjun, I'm so ready. I'm so ready!
I know you are.
I'm so ready for it. It's so good.
You're so ready for so many things, though.
I know. Like, I'm in so many fucking projects, guys. Like, Jesus Christ. I just, and, you know, it's great because it means that I have, you know, work. So that's awesome. Yes, K5 Somber, the YouTube guidelines has affected my channel a lot. It makes me really sad. But yeah, so I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I'm pretty stoked. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm going to put on some nicer music here. Let's see here. Put on my Studio Ghibli mix. It's so good, though.
It is. It is so good.
My little Studio Ghibli jazz mix. It's so nice.
I've been listening to similar music at work.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me less likely to kill my boss.
Yeah. It's a job, let me tell you. Of course you did, Bamzilla. Alright, so, yeah, we'll go until 9 o'clock. It's, so 15 minutes. So, yeah, everyone, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask away. And I will be sure to answer it to the best of my ability. And if not, Argent will answer for me. Wow, really? He was a PI? That's crazy. So yeah, ask me the questions. Ask me some questions, guys. I'm ready.
Stop playing this fucking koi game.
Man, fuck you. I did not download that shit. Do you hear me? I refuse to download that goddamn game. Like, no.
I blame Levada. It is all her fault.
I know, like, when you guys told me about that game, I was like, I'm not downloading that shit on my phone. Like, I have enough. Can you buy me a body pillow? I don't even own a body pillow. I don't want to buy you a body pillow if I don't even have one. That's not fair. Do you plan on playing any RPG horror games in the future? Well, I was playing Nier Oni. I haven't done any whole lot of gaming in a while. I kind of miss it, actually, like doing the Let's Plays. But with all this copyright shit going on, I'm worried my channel's gonna get knocked down.
Oh, that's it. You said shit. This entire video demonetized.
Oh my god, if that's the case, it's been demonetized within the first 20 minutes of the stream, as much as I freaking swear.
That's actually part of why I just gave up, because I'm not bleeping out every other fucking word I say.
I'm not bleeping that shit out.
That's a lot.
No, my channel even says that, you know, it's rated NC-17. Like, what else do you fucking want from me?
To censor everybody, apparently.
Do your stairs go up or down?
I would hope they do both.
I think they do both of them, yeah.
These are stairs, not escalators, okay?
I think he meant a body pillow of me. Oh, I don't even think that's on sale. Is there a body pillow of me out there on sale?
Not that I know of, and I'm pretty sure I'd be the first to know.
Right?
Considering out of everybody here, let's see, I know what you look like. Finch knows what you look like. Yeah. Is there anybody else in there that knows what you look like?
Not unless they were with me in the beginning parts of my channel, like back when I had like 50 subscribers. Then those people would know what I look like. Yeah, maybe.
If they saw the video.
Yeah, which that bitch is totally gone. That video is gone. Are you going to read any classic horror shorts? Like, I Have No Mouth. I actually have that on my list of things to read, Wikikomoto. Because I really like that story. Is it a story or a show? Izzy Alvarado. Are you talking about Conjuria? Conjuria is a show. It's going to be the first season is 10 episodes, and it's going to be a podcast. And we will be, it'll be aired on Shudder TV and a few other places. Yeah, I have sponsors enabled. Aw, thanks, Eben. That's sweet. Yeah, I saw that, Mr. Anonymous. They were the ones who did The Crooked Man and a few other stories, which, God, I tried to play The Crooked Man. That game was too much. Yeah, see, a lot of the people, and basically, hey, Senpai Kyle. I actually am not going to do a show for the 13th because I'm going to go to the Texas Fair, the Texas State Fair in Dallas, where I'm going to go hang out with Atticus and Mr. Creepypasta. I'm really excited. So no, I will not be doing any shows on the 13th. I'm sorry. I might stream from my phone though. Like I might, walk around on the fair and stuff.
Do me a favor and pester the absolute shit out of Atticus for me.
Sure thing.
I haven't done it in a while. I figure it needs doing. Best to do it in person. You'll be my proxy. It'll be great.
Yeah. Corpse has been so busy, and we're all so busy, and we're all on different schedules. It's gonna probably be a while till I do a video with him, because I don't even think he's making videos few and far between on even his own channel these days. Yes, make the body pillow, Jackie.
But if you do, show it to me first so I can correct any weird proportions.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
I can't stand you. Silver Studio. By that, I mean I actually know what you look like. I was a silent fan at the start, so yeah. Basically anyone who was with me way in the beginning. Bye, Little Wolf. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Basically anyone who was with me from the beginning, and I'm talking about the beginnings of this channel, like Corpse Husband hadn't even found me yet, B-Busta, Lazy Masquerade, Your Maker, all of those people, Unit 522, none of those people had seen me. Like, I hadn't even heard of those guys. I'd only been listening to Mr. Creepypasta and Creeps McPasta, Yeah, so basically, nobody knew what I looked like unless you were with me way back in the day back then. So yeah, if you knew me back when I had like 50 subscribers, you know what I look like. And otherwise, you'll just have to wait, guys, until I hit 100K, which I think I'm almost at 30,000 now. Isn't that wild?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's crazy.
You're close. You're very close.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, oh my god, guys, we're almost at 30,000 subs. Not me, we, all of my Hellions, all of you guys. We're almost at 30,000 subscribers.
There's people asking about merch too.
I know. I am going to do it. Like I said, I'm in the process of setting up a store. It takes a lot more than you guys think, because the reason why B-Busta and Your Maker and Mr. Creepypasta and all of them and Corpse Husband have merch is because they had people who drew their art for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually...
Sister likes to do her own.
Yeah, I like to do my own art. So if I'm going to be doing any kind of logos or any kind of stuff like that for the channel, for the merchandise store, I have to do my own art because it's going to be stuff that you're purchasing for me to support me. So I want to be able to give you stuff that I genuinely own and I have the rights to. You know what I mean? So... yeah, it's just a process, and me moving didn't help things. Like, that pushed my whole thing back. I have a whole load of designs ready to go. I just have to figure out what designs are going to go on what merchandise.
Yeah, but the move was worth it.
It was. I really needed to get out of there. The pay wasn't worth it. The home environment I was in wasn't worth it. It was just time for me to go.
On the downside, you're now much further away from
I know. I hate it. I hate it.
Worst.
It is the
But I'll
worst.
be out there at Christmas.
Yes. And we should do a special Christmas stream.
Totally, we can do that.
Awesome.
I have a couple of really good winter folklore things that I could do.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Joseph Walker, I live really close to Dallas, Texas, so I could go unless you don't want me to go, do you? That's up to you, Joseph. It's the state fair. I'm not going to tell anyone not to go to the state fair just because I'm going. That's unbelievable. The funny thing, though, is The funny thing is that if you guys, I want to know how many people, because I have a lot of fans in Texas. I didn't know that. I want to know how many people are actually going to know who I am if they hear me walking around in the fair. Oh, bye, Diego. Don't fail your English essay. Do good. Do good on it, please. Do well.
Yeah, failing bad. Don't do that.
Yeah.
One thing you could do potentially is do videos. Obviously, don't show your face because, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But do videos
and periodically like upload them on Twitter and see if people can find me.
Basically, leave a trail of breadcrumbs and see if people can find you. I think it would be great.
Yeah, for sure.
And we were I haven't, since I'm not officially announcing my project, but when I am there visiting you, we do still have to do some recordings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry guys, everything that she is going to end up in, despite the fact that she'll technically be in frame, you won't see her face.
Nope. The strategic placement of the camera.
Teacups, whatever, just anything and everything.
Yep. Teacups, water bottles with the logo covering my face.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to doing those recordings just because.
Yeah. No, it'll be great. Jackie, well, looks like I'm moving back to Texas. Tell my husband to hurry and buy me a house. Wiki Komoto is so mean to me. Like, he's been saying, he's just mean to me all the time.
Tisk, stop being mean.
School's been in for a month and I forgot to do 4 or 5 papers. Yeah, Rainer Lewington. Ugh, thanks for stopping by. We're actually wrapping up the stream here in the next 3 minutes. My favorite creepypasta is the Devil's Game. That's actually my favorite, with Room 733 right behind it, like literally on the cusp. Room 733 was my favorite for the longest time. But then I read the Devil's Game, and that's literally one of my favorite stories because the twist at the end with a twist. The twist at the end gets you. It's great. The twist. Wahaha. Oh, now he says he loves me with hearts after he's been mean to me the whole stream.
Just stop being mean.
You gotta let me know if you ever go to an event near DC. Okay, I will, Finch. And you need to let me know if you ever decide to come to Texas for something. You should, like, do stuff. If you see him, he looks like an Irish lumberjack.
Finch's ass was supposed to come visit me at some point. That never happened.
Shame on you, Finch. Shame on you. He got a haircut. Did you see that shit?
I saw.
It was. He's fucking.
Yeah,
I did too, but it's not that he doesn't look cute. He looks really good with his haircut too, but I do miss his hair.
I know, but I still cried a little.
Yeah, I did too. I died a little on the inside.
There were tears.
Did you also write that story? I did not write the story teeth.jpg. That's actually written by someone else. Oh no. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Anonymous, Miss Marnie's Tea House is my favorite series by far. Everyone loved the Dad's Tape series, but I really loved Miss Marnie's Tea House. That was my favorite series to read on my channel. Hey King Cool J. I didn't know you got a haircut, Wiki Komoto. If you posted pictures, then maybe I'd say something about it. Yeah, Finch is a little cutie pie.
Adorbs.
He is. He's really adorable. I'd date him if he wasn't so much younger than me. What do you think about that, Finch? Ooh. Making people jealous in the room.
So how many spouses and significant others are you up to now?
Well, if you ask a bunch of people, okay, so if you count all the people who've asked me to marry them, like, I'd say it's in the thousands now.
Sorry, guys, she's married to me first. best friend pact. We sealed that shit.
Yeah, a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Aww. Gage. Gage is always donating money to me. And he always buys me like really cute stuff on Steam. I'm really sad though. Gage, I can't play Little Nightmares on my computer because the fucking Unreal Engine just keeps crashing out my computer. Oh, Wiki Komodo just asked me to marry him. That's number 1000 whatever. K5 Somber, I don't really like reading a lot of true scary stories on my channel because that's not my shtick, and I don't really find them all that interesting, to be fair.
Hey, no one ever said I had to be fair.
Also, what did I do? I was trying to pay attention to Overwatch. He missed my compliment!
Lord Finch, come on. You're the worst.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it again.
We love you, but you're the worst. You're just gonna have to, like, listen to this entire stream from the beginning and find what you said.
Or he can just skip to the end where he knows we're doing the Q&A.
No.
Damn, she slammed her hand on the table.
No, he's got to start from the very fucking beginning.
Damn.
Because I said so.
Wow.
I sent Foxy and Mangle after him.
Oh my goodness. He said, I did. I was just trying not to die. Well, clearly he didn't hear because he missed what I said. Trying to get good. Well, get good and listen at the same time. Jeez. Okay, Izzy, I actually have played, I own Nier Automata. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I wanted to beat Horizon Zero Dawn first, which I did. I cannot wait for the DLC to drop. I'm so excited.
I am so behind.
I'm so just, that game ended so good. And then...
Finch wants in on this call, apparently.
Let me in this call, damn it. Well, get on Discord and get in here then.
Exactly. Get your ass on Discord, nerd.
Aww, hope Gage. You want to be husband 300 something? Okay, I guess I'll bump you up on the list, Wiki Komoto.
Ooh, playing favorites.
I know, right? I really shouldn't. Hey, Blissful Martini. I don't know. I think I might stream sometime next week. Not during the week though, because it's school. Like, it's school time and people are working, so I don't know when to stream or when I'd like to stream. And plus, I have to go to bed early. I can't stream it like, if I do stream, I'd have to stream it like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, okay, so fun story. You still like FNAF. Who's your favorite character so I can send plushies? I like Mangle. Even though his story is so fucked up. No, not Mangle. Is it Mangle? No. The golden bunny one. Who's that one?
Oh no, that's the bunny?
Yeah, not Bonnie. Not Bonnie. The one, the gold bunny in the third one.
Oh shit. I know which one, I know what you're talking about, but I don't fucking remember. I like Foxy and Mangle, you know, that's
because they're the two foxes, that's why.
Well, also their mechanics are really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like their mechanics. And yes, being foxes helps a lot. And Finch, I totally just fucking tagged you in a Twitter post. Just so you know. They're coming to get you.
Where is this? Springtrap. Springtrap. That's his name. Springtrap.
There we go. You had a nice flood there.
What flood?
It would have come to of the name. It would have come to us eventually, but yeah, like it's been a while since I have played or watched somebody play any of the FNAF games. Actually,
Yeah, I haven't watched it since Markiplier did it. Foxy's my second favorite, but I do like Springtrap. They all flooded me with Springtrap.
98% power ain't gonna protect you from Foxy and Mangle. Come on now.
You damn right. I'll come after your ass no matter what. Fuck you! I just got your message in fucking Discord telling me about that fucking koi game. Don't tell me about that fucking koi game. I don't even want to hear about it. Fuck that game.
I'm legit, like, my phone is half dead because of this goddamn game.
I told you it's not why I'm buying. I'm not getting that game. I'm not doing it. I play Overwatch sometimes, and my main is Diva, because she's Korean, and she's a tank. Where is Finch? We've told him like 80,000 times to get his butt in here, and he's still not in here.
Because he's too busy fucking around on
I
Overwatch.
don't want to hear
Not getting good.
See, he's over here saying, let me get on this call, and he's not even in here.
Right? Alright, dude. I am coming to visit you, and I'm walking out of your house with that fucking Foxy, just so you know.
What?
You should not have shown me that.
What
He
Foxy?
has like this giant-ass Foxy plush.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he just replied to you.
Yeah, on the tweeter.
On the tweeter. With a tweet.
Tweeter.
The twisted tweeter.
Twisted tweeter.
Oh my god, if you guys ever watched me play Dark Souls, you guys would be laughing at me because I would be swearing. Like, you think I'm swearing now? I would be swearing nonstop playing that game. Especially if somebody fucking raided me when I was trying to do like a fucking dungeon. Jesus. I really need to play Dead by Daylight again with you.
That game. That fucking game.
I did a couple of Feels pastas on my channel, and I actually read a Feels pasta the other day that I'm gonna edit and put on my channel as well. The best one that I ever did was Love, which was a super Feels pasta. Like, I read that, recorded it the day I read it for the first time, cold reading that shit, and I bawled my eyes out toward the end. It's really good. I love Tekken. Tekken is like one of the games that I consider I'm really, really good at. I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 2. I haven't played the new Tekkens, though. I haven't played any of the new ones that came out of the newer system. Well, I'm lying. I played Tekken 6. Usually, this is how we determine how good we are at fighting games, is that if you hit random on random, like when you go to character selection and you hit random and you can whoop anybody's ass with any character when you hit random, that's considered your game. So Tekken was definitely my game, as well as Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore. I will beat your fucking asses in that game. Oh, I'm glad you had a better day coming into the stream. That makes me happy. Is he in here?
I'm working on it.
Where he at?
I'm working on it.
At this rate, I'm gonna end the stream before he even gets in here.
Right.
You know, a game I do need to play that's on my computer and I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. Fucking Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, guys, and I've been so busy lately and I'm so behind on so many fucking games. I haven't gotten to play Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, both just both of them. I haven't played either of them. I'm mad. Okay, let me tell you guys, I saw the finale to Rick and Morty, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm on the fence. I really am. I feel unsatisfied with how it ended. Alright, bye, Swagger Bomb.
Finch, accept this fucking friend request.
My favorite character in Tekken, well, I had a favorite one in every game, honestly. In Tekken 2, Nina Williams was my favorite. In Tekken 3, Ling Xiaoyu was my favorite. In Tekken 4, Ling Xiaoyu is my favorite. In Tekken 5, who's my favorite in Tekken 5? Probably Huarong. Yeah, I liked him a little bit more than Ling Xiaoyu. What? Really? Oh shit! Let me look that shit up. I didn't know that. Apparently, Argent, Metal Gear Solid 5 and Amnesia, the Amnesia bundle, are this month's PlayStation Plus free games for PS4.
Ugh.
What?
Y'all, I cannot afford PS Plus right now.
It's $10 a month.
Yeah, $10 that I can't fucking afford right now because I'm broke.
Oh God. Well, you're the one who got a Hulu account. I'm just saying.
Actually, considering the fact that it's still on the free trial until the 14th. I'm only halfway there.
Oh, I see.
Check your Discord, woman, and add this little.
Man, why I gotta
As
add
a
this
friend.
fool? Okay.
Because I can't bring him into the conversation since you started the call.
Copy.
You started the call, so you'll probably have to invite him.
Gosh darn it. Okay.
Right.
All this complication for this one thing.
Only because this little shit wasn't on Discord beforehand.
It's his own fault.
We love you, Finch.
Is he saying something? Is he? Oh, okay. I was like, is he saying something in the chat?
No, but we're talking shit about him.
I'll
so.
get him. I'll get him. So, do you write, written, have written any original horror stories? If so, would you narrate on your channel? I have actually written 2 stories and I have narrated them both on my channel. One of them is, Back Against the Wall, and the other one is I Miss You. So, with that being said,
I have found that I can't write horror stories.
let me tell you. I'll tell you one thing. I don't think I'll ever write any more horror stories after that. Like, because, a lot of people think that the 3 Korean horror stories that I wrote, those were true stories. I just went and interviewed these women, and I wrote them in a narrative. I wrote them in a narrative format. So, but that doesn't mean that I wrote those stories. Like, I just wrote their stories in a narrative format. That's all I did. Like, I didn't, but I only wrote 2 stories, and I did narrate both of them. Where is he?
Did you send him a friend request?
Yes.
Did his ass not accept it?
I don't know.
Finch. Come on now, she can't even begin to invite you if she doesn't have it.
Let me find his. Look, go online. All right. I can't. Shit. All right, now I gotta add people to this fucking call. Scroll down. Ugh, why's your name start with a K?
Because he's the worst.
He is the worst.
Oh, look. He's been added to the group. Now he just needs to join the call.
Well, I'm ringing him, so. You have an Eden Wiki Komodo fanfiction? Jesus help me. I don't even know what that would even be about.
Oh wait, my microphone is working now, I think. Maybe?
Yay, there he is.
It's a Finch.
Hello.
Hello. Took you 1,000 years to get in here.
Discord is weird, man. I've never used it.
Discord's evil.
Get good, man. Get good.
Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to add my free games.
Oh my fucking god. No, don't.
Thank you for
Mr.
saying something about that. I forgot to do that the other day.
Or let her keep it.
What?
So she can buy some more fucking veggies.
Oh my god. Give that to Argent. Proceed to check out.
I do, in fact, have a PS4.
I could binge listen while at work.
I
Well,
have a
it just
PS4
takes
that is
practice.
largely- Yeah.
It takes
My PS4
practice.
largely-
Yeah, you don't get better with writing unless you practice. That is definitely
yeah.
key.
Absolutely. Practice, practice, practice. Oh, Eden, did I tell you about my friend who has just started figuring out like a plot and stuff for, he's like just now starting out into writing and everything, has some vague ideas and stuff.
Mm-mm.
And he was talking to me and he's just like, I feel like I'm so far behind because I'm just now starting. I'm just like, dude, look, don't ever compare yourself to people who have been doing this longer. Don't compare yourself to anybody, actually.
Yeah, that's the
Compare
worst thing you
yourself
could
to
do.
yourself.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you could do.
Yeah. I was like, compare yourself to yourself. Are you better today than you were yesterday? Are you better this month than you were last month? The more you work at it, the better you'll be.
Mm-hmm.
And
For
stop
sure.
trying to compare yourself to other people. And I said, because I have been writing since I was 10. And guys, I'm 31. Okay?
Yeah.
I've had 21 years of writing experience. And I'm still learning. I will always be learning. I will be learning until the day I die.
Agreed. Vidith, you are late to this party, and you have no excuse because we live in the same fucking city, dude. Which, by the way, fun fact, Vidith knows what I looks like because he came to visit me and we hung out. It was cool.
Okay. To get your ideas on paper. All right. Some of what I do is if I have a thought, I'll write it down. It doesn't matter if the thought is cohesive. Write it down. If you have a snippet of conversation, if you have a vague plot line that you want to explore, write it down. And the biggest thing, and something that I have been trying to make myself do, writing is discipline.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yes, motivation is important, but when the motivation fails, you have to have discipline. And I tell myself I have to write a single sentence every day. Just one sentence. Because that one sentence could turn into 20 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you'll manage to do, but as long as you keep writing every day, write something.
Yeah. It's the same thing with drawing. Like, you just need to draw every day, like, even if it's a little doodle.
Practice
Another
always
way.
makes perfect.
Absolutely. Another way that we, like, Argent and I are writing a book series together, and we've actually been writing this for, God. We've been writing that for 10 years. Fuck!
Just about. So, Eden and I, for the longest time, participated in National Novel Writing Month.
Jackie! She wants to
And,
do my flower arrangements. That's so sweet.
Aw.
I know.
And Eden and I participated in Nano together one year. And I swear to God, this was the most productive year for both of us.
Yeah, we were
Because-
eating, sleeping, drinking, dreaming, showering, writing. Jesus. Folding clothes, writing. She would be cooking, I'd be writing. I'd be cooking, she'd be writing. I'd be doing dishes, she'd be writing. She'd be like, doing laundry, I'd be writing. We'd be watching
Guys,
a movie and writing.
We had a mattress in the living room so that we could nap when the other was writing. Like, we legit did not sleep in our own beds for a month.
Yeah, we slept on that mattress in the living room for a month. We took a spare mattress that we had, put it in the living room, and slept on that hoe for the entire month that we were writing for Nano. And we made double the word count.
Yeah. Like, so for those of you who don't know, National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, however you want to say it, it happens for the month of November. And your goal is to write 50,000 words in 30 days. This averages, by the way, to about 1,667 words a day. Oddly doable. Persistence pays off.
Yes.
All that fun stuff.
Yep.
Now, Eden and I doubled that easily every single day. By the end of the month, we had surpassed 100,000 words.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, she and I have won Nano individually before.
Yeah.
By squeaking past 50,000 or whatever.
I'm telling you, one year I think I made like 50,020 words.
Well, there was one year that I literally added a single word just to tick over 50K. I had 50,001.
Yeah. One year I was just under 50,000, and what I did was I went back through all the chapters, and at the beginning of the chapters I put little quotes at the beginning.
Yeah, I've totally done that. So, part of the thing for Nano is you just write. That's it. You just write. You don't edit, you don't proofread, you don't do anything. You just write. Which means that by the end of it, it kind of looks like a jumbled, ridiculous mess. And guys, our purple prose was so purple.
Oh my God, it was
It was
so
so
purple. It was so no, and the cool thing about Nano is I encourage all writers to do this, is that even whether you participate in Nano or not, the entire month before Nano, they have these workshops that they do where every week they give you word prompts. And they're all like word prompts or scenario prompts where you do like drabbles, and you can do drabbles like based on the story that you want to write to help you brainstorm, or you do drabbles to to help you just get into the flow of writing every day. And then they also do this thing called Camp Nano in the summertime, where they have like their summer writing thing, where I think that one's only like 30,000 words to get something done or something.
I think so. It's a little bit smaller. Camp Nano was originally it was geared more towards younger writers.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, people in their teens or younger who were just starting out. So they had a smaller word goal. But even that is still. And okay, 50,000 seems like a lot. I know, it really, really does. But 50,000 words is about
It's less than 300 pages.
It's way less than 300 pages. I was thinking chapters. It's about 15 chapters.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, and if you really want to break it down even further, like 300 words is like 2 paragraphs.
Yeah.
So if you want to think about it in that perspective, 300 words or even 500 words is like 3 paragraphs, 3.5 paragraphs. So 3.5 paragraphs is halfway to 1,000, and your recommended word count is 1,000 something words a day. That's like 6 paragraphs. That's really not that hard when you break it down like that. Granted, if you get stuck, then you're kind of just stuck.
And again, and getting stuck, that's where, so Nano has forums. And these forums are a fucking godsend.
Oh my God,
swear.
right? Because I cannot tell you how many times. Yes, they will. There are people in there who specialize in, you send them drafts. Like I've done this before where I sent them my drafts and I was stuck and they saw exactly where I got stuck at. And they're like, okay, I need you. They like go back a couple of chapters, reread it again and try and build from there. And then I was able to like get unstuck because I was like, oh shit, that's where I fucked up at, because I couldn't progress because I didn't fully flesh out what had happened 2 chapters before.
Yeah. And then there's also like, okay, are you kind of in between plot lines? Is it not progressing very fast? Whatever. There are entire lists of things that you can do that will stir the plot up.
Mm-hmm.
And
best case scenario, you just kill somebody.
Yeah.
No, and that was actually
don't George R. Martin it.
Yeah, no, don't do that shit. No, don't do that. But I mean, like, I actually was genuinely stuck on my. I had a story called "Welcome to the Badlands," and I was stuck. I couldn't go further, and I sent the draft to one of the guys at the forum, and he literally emailed me back. He goes, "You need to kill somebody," and I was like, "What? Are you serious?" He's like, just kill somebody. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I can't kill anybody. He goes, no, trust me. Kill somebody and you'll have no problem going past this point. And he was right. I killed somebody and I had no problem going past that point in the story.
Now here's the big thing. For all of you out there who are aspiring writers. First of all, keep in mind that your Google searches will look really fucking weird.
Oh my gosh, right? Like when I was writing, okay, so no joke, I was working on a podcast series. It was an audio drama series, and it was a murder mystery series. And one of the guys, the serial killer, he was called the Alchemist because the way he killed people using chemical compounds. I'm looking up multiple ways on how to murder people with chemical compounds so you don't leave behind any physical evidence. Yeah, I totally got DDoSed by the government.
Yeah. So aspiring writers, your Google searches will look fucking weird. You will end up on some government watch lists. That's okay. Just, don't act on anything that you look up and you'll be fine.
Well, not to mention that I think because Nano has been around for so long that they know around this time of year, October, November, like especially this month, because like I said, Nano is when it starts, it's November. So this month is actually the month that people are like doing all the brainstorming and doing all the workshops and plot prepping, drabbling, doing the word prompts and stuff like that, and trying to come up with plots to get themselves ready and geared up for next month. So it's usually around this time of year, which helps because it's also Halloween too, that the government watch lists are kind of like, okay, we know what's about to happen.
Probably why they hate this month. It's like, God damn, we can't tell who's like just doing research from the people who actually want to hurt people.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, then again, you can't tell, like with the Vegas shooting guy, like apparently he didn't set off any red flags to anybody.
Well,
owning like 50 million bullets.
My God. Well, those are guns that he accumulated over years, It's not like he bought 23 guns in 1 week. I don't know. It was weird. I have mixed feelings on that. Anyway,
So more advice to aspiring writers. You will get stuck. It will happen. You will get stuck. The biggest thing is don't fret over it. Don't flip out. Don't go crazy. If you have someone that you trust to read your stuff, have them read it and give you ideas. If you don't, then just kind of brainstorm. Or, I mean, everybody has something that works for them. I know people who jump around. They'll write a scene from the beginning of the story and a scene at the end and a scene at the middle, and it doesn't matter what order they write it in. They're just writing.
and do a genre that you like. Like, do a genre that you genuinely would be interested in writing. I made a joke a long time ago. Actually, I made this joke back when we were in high school, where Arjun and I were in high school together, where I said if I ever won Nano 3 years in a row, my 4th year doing Nano, I would write a romance novel. You know why? Because I fucking suck at romance novels. So, and I've never won 3 years in a row, BT dubs. And that's not on purpose either. That's not even on purpose. That's just because, you know, I didn't. I took a year off or something. But I suck at romance novels. Like, I tried reading romance novels. I can't do it.
The biggest thing, and the biggest thing is write what you want to read. Like, it sounds oddly conceited in a way, but it's the truth. Write what you want to read. Because if it's not something you want to read, then it's not going to be something you want to write.
Wiki Komodo. He says, write about our budding romance. About how he's constantly being mean to me in streams? Yeah, okay.
So he's tsundere?
Yeah, he's the playground bully. It's like that sandbox romance, you know? That's what that's called. That's actually a term. I didn't know that. I found that out researching fucking romance novels.
I believe that.
It's true.
I honestly do.
Fucking, I can't do it. Finch, we should write a romance novel together.
Absolutely.
Now, see, she's not going to write a romance novel with me because I actually enjoy reading them from time to time. And I'm working on a romance novel that's masquerading as fantasy. Let's be real.
Yeah, I know. She's shown me like little snippets and stuff, and I'm like, ooh. And see, the story that, like, and see, the thing is like, I write stories. Yeah, I know what Vidith looks like too. You're still at work? The fuck? Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So the thing about my stories is that the stories I write, I love fantasy. I love high fantasy. I love urban fiction, urban fantasy stories, and supernatural type of stories, and crime thrillers. Now, my stories are mainly action oriented with lots of dialogue, drama, and stuff like that, but they have elements of romance in them, but they're not solely romance stories. Like, there's no mushy, gushy, whatever, la, 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 hearts and roses and rainbows and bullshit like that. Like, I don't do that. I'm not good at it. You know, which is funny considering I'm really good at writing smut. But that's beside the point. The point is that not all romance novels are about smut. It's about the romance. It's about the feelings. It's about the emotions. It's about the gushy, ooey, gooey, lovey-dovey, I want to get cavities in my mouth fucking romance, and I can't do it. I can't. I get sick to my stomach. Like, it's really funny. No lie, when we were writing our story for Nano, Arjun and I, there are romance bits in there.
I had to do them.
Yeah, she had to do most of them. I did the dialogue bits, but as far as like the actions go, I couldn't do it. I tried to do it one time, and she legit saw me do the like half gagging, like that. And
Yeah,
I had to go do something else.
It was hilarious. All the story, the book that we're writing together, every single romance scene that has been plotted, every single romance scene that has been written, aside from the dialogue every other part of it had to be from me because she will not. She can't. She physically. I saw her try.
It was a struggle. There was beads of sweat on my nose and everything. It was awful.
Guys, she stared at the computer screen for 20 minutes and managed to write maybe a sentence.
I know that feel though.
It was awful. Like, I felt like a failure as a writer because I couldn't fucking write romance, and she was laughing at me. And here's the funny thing. The funny thing is, I will tell you one thing. I did write one romance scene in that whole story, and you know which one it was? It was fucking it was the cute one. It was with Corbin and Lilu because it was fucking adorable.
Corbin and Lilu are our youngest characters in this story, and they are by far the fucking cutest. So she wrote the, like, most ridiculously sweet puppy love bullshit.
It was, and see, that I can do. I can do that shit all day, because that is so, it's pure, it's cute. It's so, like, I just wanted to pinch both their cheeks and go, oh, you're so adorable. You know, I was literally like Rena. I was Ryugu Rena from fucking Higurashi, like, you know, I want to take you home. Like, that was me writing. It was so cute. But the adult romance, nah, forget about it.
Yeah, no. When it came to our main characters, guys, she literally
I would just walk away. Like, whenever you get to that point, I would walk away. I'm like, I'm gonna go cook or some shit. I don't know. Or I'll go fold laundry.
We basically, anytime anything even vaguely romancy came up, she would get up and be like, it's your turn, and just kind of walk away.
Leave. And then that was really funny, because, like, one time I think I sat down and wrote for like 5 minutes, and you were like, you're done already? It's like, yeah, it's your turn. And you were like, bitch, you wrote like 5 paragraphs. I'm going like, but it wasn't. I'm done. I'm done. That's a good song, by the way. K5 Somber. That's a really good song.
She is physically incapable of writing adult romance. Smut, on the other hand, this bitch.
Oh, I can write some smut, let me tell you. Woo! I am a smut queen. Cause that's not romance. That's just sex. Like, that's just hot, steamy nastiness, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, you heard it here, guys. I fucking loved it.
Okay, how do you keep your favorite author's influence integrated without feeling like you're trying to emulate?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a really good question.
A lot of it is just you have so many influences that they kind of all become a part of you.
You know, another thing too is, and I don't know if you guys are into this, but a good way for you to develop your own voice is to role play. Like, go on role play websites write characters and create characters. Just like go on a website that's tailored to your genre and create the main character of your story and then write them. I'm telling you, that is the best way for you to discover what your voice is, because you have no way, like, you don't get to go run and grab a book and be like, okay, how did they write this? Or you don't get to go online and look up how somebody wrote something. It's all you. And that's how you are able to discover your own voice. That's how I was able to discover my own voice. I became such a better writer when I became a play-by-post role player.
Yeah. So Eden and I, while we have been on websites and things like that separately, we've also role played together, which is how we got to the point where we could write together and write a book together.
Yeah.
Because we would do play by emails, we do play by post. The only thing that I've done that Eden hasn't is chat-based role play.
Yeah, the rapid fire, which, I mean, when we did the play by email one, we were doing that over Yahoo Messenger, And technically it was kind of like chat like it was chat writing, but that was mostly for the dialogue bits. But everything else, like I've never done like chat role plays. So I'm not very good at rapid fire.
Yeah, whereas one of the first roleplay experiences that I encountered was a chat roleplay on a Star Wars site. For those who are not convinced yet of how fucking geeky I am, I have been on 3 different Star Wars RP sites. 3. Let that sink in. And I have easily a dozen characters across all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And play by like chat-based roleplay, as she called it, rapid fire, is a beast unto itself, and it's a good way to get you. It's a good way to introduce yourself to writing fast-paced scenes, fast dialogue, fast action, stuff like that. Play by post or play by email are much better to get you into the feel of your own style.
Yeah, and writing prose in general.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So,
I definitely, yeah, it really just depends on what you're going for.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that when we did the play by email, I got better at writing dialogue, and then I got even better at writing dialogue when we started writing our book together.
Yeah.
But definitely role playing helps you out a lot with being able to develop your own voice.
Yeah, and there are so many roleplay forums out there, guys.
Night,
Seriously.
Joseph. There's so many, and so many genres. Like, seriously.
Eden's vaping.
I am vaping. You guys act like this is new information.
Yeah, Eden is vaping. I don't think Finch does.
She used to, though.
I have never done a drug.
Yes.
Video games are drugs.
I vaped. Okay, so guys, I cannot, like, physically cannot smoke a cigarette. It would literally kill me. So I tried vaping for a while just to kind of see what the draw was to nicotine just in general. I'm a bitch on nicotine. I cannot. I literally do not need to vape anything that has a nicotine, any content.
Mm-hmm. Whereas me, I work in a very, very, very stressful environment. I was smoking in college my first couple of years because I was in theater. And I wasn't just like, and like Argent was in theater as well. But I was like, whereas she was focusing on one thing, I was like encompassing the entirety of theater. And so my stress levels were out the roof. Plus I was video editing. I was concentrating on video editing as well, which that is stressful.
I think that was the combo. Well, because I'd been in ROTC, which that was my stress, but a different type. But I was focusing on just solely tech. I was in theater tech.
Yeah.
She was doing theater literally everything.
Yeah, I was in theater tech. I was doing studio. I was video editing. I was in the script writing classes. Like, it was awful.
Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I was stressed out all the time. Yeah, so I started smoking, and then I quit smoking after I graduated, and then I started working in the news. And then I started smoking. I started smoking again, remember? And then
I know, 'cause that bitched at you for it.
she was so mad at me because I quit for like 3 years.
She quit cold turkey too,
I did.
guys.
I quit cold turkey for
like, she woke up one day and she was just like, I'm done smoking. Threw all of her cigarettes away, everything, and was done for 3 years.
Mm-hmm. And then I started working in the news, and then I started smoking again, and then finally, I looked up all the stuff on vaping, and I was like, okay, well, this is a way for me to quit smoking. So I quit smoking. I haven't smoked in, God, it's been almost 9 months now.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I would much rather she vape than smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Vaping can smell good.
The shit she buys smells fucking amazing, and if I hadn't sworn off nicotine, I'd take hits. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. You know, honestly, I thought about buying zero Nick and keeping it around my apartment just so if you ever came over, you could vape it and not have to worry about the nicotine. Because they have they have the zero Nick kind where you just vape it because you like the flavor.
Yeah. I don't know where my fucking vape is though. I'd have to get a new one.
You just take
Shit,
my old
probably.
mod.
No, that's true.
Yeah, you just use my old mod. I have it still.
That's true. Sure, go for it.
Okay, cool. I gotta go to the I'll probably end up going to the store this coming weekend, so I'll buy a few like zero Nick stuff and keep it around the apartment so that way you can just puff away on it while we're writing and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm visiting her for Christmas. This is the first Christmas we'll be spending together. Like together
I
in
know, in
fucking
10
a
years.
decade.
It literally will have been 10 years. We have not spent Christmas together in 10 years. 10 fucking years.
You guys have fun.
It's gonna be epic.
It really is. I'm excited.
We will need stories.
Yes, absolutely. Wiki Komodo. God, I have gone on longer than I said I would. I said we are gonna start at 9 o'clock. It's 9:46. What the fuck, guys?
Oh, whatever.
It's been 2.5 hours in the stream.
I mean, technically, you stopped taking questions at about 9. Now we've just been like randomly talking, and we've been giving advice and stuff.
I know. Well, people have
No.
been asking questions. People have been asking questions.
And we've been generally answering, yeah, but like you stopped doing like hardcore Q&A at about 9.
That's true. Now we're just shooting the shit, which is awesome. Which is what I usually end up doing anyway after I do the serious questions. Then I just end up shooting the shit for like 45 minutes.
And it's worse with me on.
I know. Why did I drag you in here with me?
Because you love me.
Yes, this is true. This is true. For those of you who don't know who Finch is, though, let's talk about
Oh, dear.
him.
Am I getting a shout out here?
Yes. Yes, you are. I'm plugging you. Finch is
Oh,
a
boy.
really, really, really talented video editor, and he's a really talented voice actor. He did a few stories with me on my channel, and we did a Pokemon horror story segment together, which was a lot of fun. So you guys should definitely go check him out. Look up, well, I don't know, did you change the name of your channel?
No, what I did was like it's very complicated. I can never decide what I want. So I decided that like on my channel everything is like so cluttered. Everything is just so cluttered, and it looks like if you just scroll through the history of my YouTube videos, you can see me just I hate looking through it because I'm like I change what I want to do every like 2 months or something, and so I decided, you know what, my Cool Goldfinch channel, the one that I just posted hi on in the chat, that's going to be my random channel, mostly for video games and whatever I just want to post at the time. But I made a secondary channel called The Fifth Perspective, which is where I'll post all my highly edited stuff and very thought out things. But I'm going to try and add some comedy into that one too, because I realized it would get boring if it was all just super serious all the time. But
Super
that's what I had to do.
serious. Why so serious? By the way, for those of you who asked me that question earlier, who was my favorite Joker, that should answer the question. It was Heath Ledger. May God rest, or may God, rest his soul.
You'll figure out what you're trying to say.
I don't know. I need
Ledger
water.
was like,
I need water.
fucking drink some goddamn water, woman.
I have like 3 bottles of water by me, and I've already gone through 2.
Good, drink more.
I am
Drinking
drinking
from a mug is
it.
2 liters.
So, for people who haven't picked up on it yet,
Hi,
I
Izzy.
am effectively the mom friend, but I'm not nice about it.
Yeah, she's really mean to me. Like, I'm really but there are times where like I get really irresponsible. This is true.
I learned how to be a mean mom friend specifically for this woman.
It's because I have really bad habits that I can't help because of how, like how I lived my life, but at the same, because a lot of people are like, well, you've done so many things, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I've done so many things, and I've had all these experiences, and it's great, but it's partially because I lived a very bad lifestyle. Yeah, one of the things that you guys will know is that despite the fact that I have a really weird sleeping schedule because I have a really weird work schedule, when I was in high school and college, I was a token insomniac.
I have legit had to drug her.
She drugged my tea, guys.
Do you know about it?
No.
Oh
I
my
do.
God.
I do now. But at the time I didn't. Like, you know, I'd be like, you know, stressed out about something, and then I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get all this shit done. And she'd be like, you know, strategically asking me questions. Bye, Blissful Martini. She'd be asking me questions like, well, when is the project due? And I'm like, well, it's not due for another 2 weeks, but if I get it done this week, then I don't have to worry about it in 2 weeks. I can just have it done and over with. And then she'd ask me.
And I would make her tea.
Yeah, as she's talking to me. And then she'd be like, okay, well, what else do you have to get done? I'm like, well, I got to get this done. I got to write this paper. And like, when was the paper due? At the end of the month. It's like, well, you know, well, did you just get it today? I was like, yeah, but if I finish it this week, then I don't have to worry about it at the end of the month. So I would literally like cram all my shit together in 1 week or 2 weeks. Like weeks before the projects were due, I would try and get them done, and I would overwork myself, and I would stay up till like dawn periodically and sleep for 20 minutes and then go to class and come back and stay up for another 5 hours and then take another nap for another 30 minutes and then get back up and stay up till dawn again.
So I would make her tea.
On the weekends. Oh, she did it. She was so sneaky about it too.
I would make her tea, and I would usually put melatonin in it, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to ever like change up the drink that way, like if she got smart to knowing the tea is what knocked her out.
She
You have
was
to
good
switch,
at
like, coffee or
distracting
something.
me. She was so good at distracting me. You know how she did it? She'd be like, hey, let's put on a movie. And so I'd be focused on the movie. So I don't know what the fuck she put in my hand. Because I trusted her.
she would just, I would put a glass in her hand, and she would just start drinking it. And we'd be watching some kind of low-key movie or whatever, something like not too actiony, but not anything super relaxing either.
Like there's no
And
reason for
she
her to be
just-
on guard.
Yeah, and she just kind of slowly start drifting off. By the end of the movie, I'd be like, okay, it's time to go to bed.
And I'm
And I'd
like,
help her to her
yeah,
room.
and I would be half asleep. She'd help me to my room, put me in bed, and then I'd wake up the next day and be like, what the fuck happened? I thought we were watching a movie. And you're like, girl. And she'd be like, girl. Yeah, I didn't find out that
friend
she'd
right
been, I know, right? I didn't find out that she'd been drugging me until like several years after we didn't live together anymore.
Yeah.
She wasn't surprised.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't even mad. I was just like, you know what? That is some shit you do.
She was legitimately not surprised. And you found out because I made a comment about tranking you, and everybody was laughing except me.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, why aren't you laughing? And you were like,
Well.
it's like, well, I did kind of trank you. And I was like, you fucking bitch! Like, I was...
She was pissed for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it really was all of like 2 seconds. And I started laughing because I thought about the time when it happened, and I was like, you know what? That's probably a good thing that happened. My other bad habit was my drinking habit.
Oh God, yes.
When I was really angry, I would drink, and not because, and I'm not an angry drunk by any means. I'm actually a very happy drunk. I'm actually very happy and affectionate and loving, which is why I drink when I'm mad, because I want to go into that state of, into that state of mind. Now
she would overdo it sometimes.
Yeah, I would overdo it because I didn't feel like I was drinking enough to be happy.
And then there was the time you decided you were a cat.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Oh God. This story.
So we were at her then boyfriend's house having a party,
Hey, Carly.
a not strictly legal party.
Yeah, it was pretty
There
illegal.
were quite a few underage persons partaking.
I think you and I were the only ones of legal age to be
Well,
drinking.
Megan.
Oh, Megan, yeah, that's right. And
Megan.
Well, yeah, Megan. Wait, no, was Gesh old enough to?
No.
Oh, he was a
He was
year
not.
younger. He was a year younger,
Yeah.
wasn't he? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Gesh was not old enough. So we were having this party, and I had drill the next day. So I actually was, the sober person all night. I had maybe like 2 drinks, if that. And they were kind of weak, weak ass drinks, because I had drill, which, by the way, I ended up not being able to go to because. So first, Ben drank way too fucking much and was on the back porch, upchucking until there was nothing left to upchuck, and then he was just retching. So I had to take care of him. And Eden was sober enough at that point to help. So Eden and I were taking care of Ben. And then I go in to check on Megan, and Megan had never drank before in her life.
That was funny.
Never in her life. And this poor thing decides that she wants to participate in a drinking game. So Megan gets completely schnockered. On the floor, waving her arms around schnockered. So I go, okay, you're done drinking. Here, have some water. Drink all the water, then have the ice that's in there too, all of it. And I go start to check on other people, and I come back, and Megan's got her hand in the bottom of the fucking glass, reaching for the last piece of ice, and she can't get her hand out.
No, and the funny thing is by the time she even got it close enough to reach it, it had already melted, and her hand was stuck in the glass.
Oh my God, yes. So I have to help Megan. So I'm helping Megan, and I get her hand out of the glass, make her drink the water that she has created, and then I go check on other people, and I circle back around to check on Eden. And Eden has decided that it's bedtime. So I'm just like, okay, go to the bedroom and, and everything, and I'll be there with some water in a minute. And
Who knows where my boyfriend was?
No fucking idea.
No one knows. I didn't even know.
And I go to check on other people and get some water for her. And I approach the hallway to find Eden on all fours, meowing. As she wobbles her way. Up against the
Let
wall.
me tell you, I was a cat, damn it. I was a cat. I was walking daintily like a princess. Don't you even.
Wobbling. From one side of the hall to the other.
And she wobbled away. Wobble, wobble.
And I sit there and I go, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm a cat. Meow. And she continues her happy ass all the way down the hall, and I'm just standing behind her with a glass of water and this what the fuck expression on my face. And she finally gets to the bedroom and crawls up into the bed. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? Here's some water. Drink all of this. I will be back with some, with some aspirin and some more water. So,
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So I go back to get more water and some painkillers so she won't have a fucking hangover. And I get back to the bedroom to discover that her boyfriend has joined her.
Has magically appeared like he's a fucking wizard, man. He just teleported. I don't know where the fuck he
Out
came
of
from.
fucking nowhere.
Because we hadn't seen him in hours. Like, I had not seen him in hours, and then I was like, okay, fuck this shit. I'm drunk. I'm going to bed. Kitty style.
Nobody knew.
You know,
Nobody knew where
kitty
he
style. Back to the bedroom, and then we didn't know where he was. Him and Tyler both. I didn't know where those fuckers were. And then
So I come back in, and he has magically appeared, and I stand in the doorway, and I call her full name.
That's because he decided he wanted to get all like, you know, horn doggish and start, you know, doing stuff.
He was being handsy.
He was being handsy and trying to kiss me, and I'm like, no, I want to go to bed. And then she showed.
I call out her full name, and for those of you who haven't heard yet, this bitch has 3 middle names.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do.
So when I say full name, I mean full fucking name.
And I know I'm in big trouble when she says that.
And then she goes, oh my God, get off me, I'm in trouble, and throws her boyfriend across the room off of her.
I do. I threw him into the wall. It was really funny. Because I yelled at him. I was like, oh my God, I'm in so much trouble. She called out my full name, and I threw him off of me. And he was just on the floor looking so dazed and confused, like, what the fuck just happened?
He had no fucking idea. None.
He didn't.
Well, he was presumably maybe drunk at the time too.
Oh, he was
so-
definitely drunk.
Oh, he was definitely out of it. He was gone.
So I give her the water and the aspirin, and I go, okay, drink this, and then go to the bathroom. And then I just kind of, we're just ignoring her boyfriend in the corner, pretending like he doesn't even fucking exist.
He's still recovering.
And guys, by this point, it was 3 in the fucking morning, and I was supposed to be at drill in 2 hours. Guess who didn't go to drill that day?
Argent didn't go to drill. Oh my God.
I called up my squad leader and was just like, so, I'm not going to be there today because I am currently babysitting a dozen drunken idiots.
They're just like, oh, got it. Good luck.
That's pretty much exactly what happened, honestly, is she was just like, oh, I'll see you tomorrow then.
Oh my God. No. Let me tell you another stupid story. Okay, so we were playing D&D at Sean's house. Sean Kerbo, remember?
Oh God, yeah.
And that was the day that not only did everybody want to drink, but everybody wanted to get high.
Except for me and Gesh, because we
Yeah.
were still in the military and couldn't do that shit.
Yeah, no, Gesh got a contact high instead, though.
I did too, but he had it hit him way harder.
Yeah, I think it's because at some point Tyler or Patrick or both of them were shotgunning him in the face.
I think they were too.
I didn't.
So-
I was behaving myself and getting stoned in the
Relatively.
corner.
So to get back to this story though, we had this big grill out before the D&D game started, and there was a pile of hamburgers, which was awesome for people who were, so stoned. So stoned. Y'all were so bad.
Oh my God, I was blitzed out of my head.
Starving. Like y'all had the munchies like bad. And she decides at some point she's hungry and she wants to make a hamburger. But she also needs to use the bathroom. So she gets up, she goes to the kitchen, and she puts a hamburger patty on a plate and puts it in the microwave so that it'll heat back up while she goes to the bathroom.
Let me just do a disclaimer here. This is mean, okay? What they did to me was mean. You don't do
What
this to
Gesh-
people.
what
Okay,
Gesh did
you
to you.
let it happen. You let it happen. You are just as guilty. You watched that shit transpire, so you are just as guilty. This is mean shit, okay? Don't ever do this to somebody who's stoned. This is mean. Don't do this shit.
Disclaimer, I was also drunk as fuck. Just saying. So while she's in the bathroom, Gesh's ass gets up, goes into the kitchen, takes her hamburger patty out of the microwave, throws it on a bun, and starts eating it. Puts the plate back in the microwave. She gets out of the bathroom and she remembers that she put something in the microwave, so she goes to get it. And she opens the microwave up to an empty plate. She stands there, no lie, for a full minute, staring slack-jawed, wide-eyed, like, oh my god. Argent, did I...
No, here's the killer part. Let me tell you what happened, okay? So I'm staring at this empty plate. The plate is in the motherfucking microwave, okay? His ass ate my food, didn't take the plate out of the microwave. No, he left the plate in there. So I go open the microwave, and I'm looking at the plate and just staring at the microwave for a solid minute. And Argent is in the fucking kitchen with me, looking at me as this is happening, and she's
not to laugh.
She's trying so hard not to laugh, and she just sees me walk. Like I close the microwave. I don't say shit. I close the microwave, turn, and walk back to the bathroom, and I start laughing and crying simultaneously, and washing my face with water.
Meanwhile, I put another hamburger patty in the microwave.
Yeah, this ass. I'm so mad. So, okay, so this is bullshit. So I come back. And I'm like, okay. And then I start to walk back into the living room where everyone is at. And then this bitch goes, Eden, didn't you leave some, like, I thought you were making something in the microwave. And I look at her and I'm going, what the fuck? There was an empty plate in there. So then I go back to the fucking microwave, open up the microwave, and sure enough, there's a cooked fucking hamburger patty in there that was heated up. Exactly like I had set it up the previous time before Gesh came in there and ate my goddamn burger. So the two of them double teamed me. I went in there thinking that I had put an empty plate in the microwave. I thought I was so fucking high that I had put an empty plate in the goddamn microwave. I go in the bathroom and try to calm the fuck down. I come back and there's food in the microwave, thinking... So I think that I'm fucked up. That's what I think. I think that I'm so fucked out of my head that I put an empty plate in the microwave. I was like, okay, I put food in here, put it in the microwave, come back, there's no food in the microwave, just the plate. Go back to the bathroom, try to calm the fuck down, come back, there's food back on the plate, in the microwave. Do you see how fucking ass? Don't do this shit to people who are high, okay? Don't do that shit. That is mean. I was so paranoid for the rest of the night, thinking that I was crazy. That, like, for a good 15 minutes, I was huddled in the corner, and my boyfriend at the time was trying to coax me back to the table to play D&D. I was like, no, this isn't real. Like, I legit thought I was, like, tripping. I was tripping balls. It was crazy. So, yeah, she's evil. Don't let her fool you.
I am absolutely evil. I am evil and mean, but here's, but I mean, okay, I'm evil and mean. I'm kind of a bitch sometimes. Let's be real. But to the people I care about, I can be really sweet.
Except when she's fucking with me.
The catch is, well, and I was getting there. The catch is my brand of sweet often involves teasing the people I care about. If I don't tease you, I don't like you. The more I tease somebody, the more I like them. And Eden, at this point, is basically my sister. I love her to pieces. She's only my sister because she won't fucking actually marry me. Grumble, grumble.
Oh shit! Eden Wikamoto turned on you. She turned on you. It wants to marry Argent now.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, good thing we didn't get married, because then we would have gotten divorced in 30 minutes of getting married. Thanks, Wiki Komodo. You say all those mean things to me, and now you're being a tsundere, and now you're just being a yandere. Now I expect you to come after me with a butcher knife.
This has happened before, though. One of the other times I was on your bonfire, there was, I forget who it was, but there was somebody that was just like, nope, I'm marrying Argent now.
I know. That's bullshit. Like, what the fuck?
Somehow every single one of your streams ends with people marrying everybody.
I know. Yeah. That is, you know what? Free love. Let's do
That sounds
that.
accurate.
Free love.
That sounds accurate. I'm just amused that I get the proposals after people find out what kind of a horrible person I am.
I know, right? Like, they find out how evil you are to me, and they're like, ooh, let's marry you instead. I'm like, you guys are fucking masochists, man.
Well, that's the thing. She keeps things interesting. You never know what to expect.
That is true.
You know what? I'm unpredictable. She knows this. But I'm also really I'm really fucking funny. Like, there are times where I do some of the zaniest shit, and it makes her laugh, and I don't even mean to. Do you remember that time I asked you to, like, if we could go sleep in the living room and have all the knives in the house?
Oh, God, yes. So, guys, this is a great one. Some of you might have actually heard this before. This is a favorite of mine. So, for those who haven't figured it out yet, Eden gets scared really easily.
I've told you guys this before. You guys don't act like you don't know.
Eden gets scared hellaciously easy, and it's so fun. It's so fun. So we were watching The Strangers at, again, her then boyfriend's house, and he had that projector system, so we were watching it huge on the wall.
Yeah. The wall was basically the projector screen.
Yeah, and
he had surround sound too, so you could hear everything all around you.
Yes. And here's the thing. When Eden and I watch scary movies together, I'm usually the one who will find something to poke at and make it less scary. I will always, I have the snarky comments, I point out the stupid bullshit, like, if there is something wrong with the movie, I will find it, and I will point it out to her so that she doesn't get freaked out. Now, I was having a hard time with The Strangers.
Yes, it was so hard to find a moment because it was so good.
It was really hard to find a moment. Well, and part of that is because it was based on a true story.
Yeah, so a lot of the things that were going on in the movie, like, at some point, we just got pissed. Like, we got mad that these people were doing stupid shit.
We got mad at the people.
which only intensified the scares.
Yeah. I didn't have much to snark at. That was the big thing. Now, one of the actors in this movie played two roles.
Because it was a low-budget film.
It was a low-budget film. He played one of the killers and one of the people who was killed. And at some point in this movie, he steps over his own corpse. Now, for a low-budget film, this is remarkably difficult to do, which kind of required a mannequin. Now, if you can see where this is going, props. At some point during this sequence of him stepping over his dead body, I finally find something to snark about. I'm just like, yeah, because it's not like he's got any nostrils or anything. And
No.
he was like, wait, what?
No, what you said was, and I quote, this is what she said.
God.
We were
It was better memory.
It was
about my
dead.
quotes.
It was dead silent. Dead silent. I'm talking about guy stepping over the dead body, everything. And then she goes, "'Cause that's so not a mannequin." Yeah. And I look up and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And so we legit paused the movie,
we had to pause it,
rewound it, and paused it at the point where you see the guy's shoe stepping by the guy's head. Yeah, you see the guy's shoe.
Until there's that moment.
And
where
sure
the shoe is
enough,
passing over his head, and there's no nostrils.
There's no nostrils. You see a nose, but you see no nostrils. And I fucking died.
She lost it.
I lost my shit. I had to leave the room. I was laughing so hard.
She lost it. But here's where it gets really fucking amusing. So that night, she crashed in the bed with her boyfriend, whatever. The next night, we were back home. We lived about an hour away. We shared an apartment and stuff. And we get home, and we live on the second floor with the balcony that overlooks a hill. Keep this in mind, guys. This is important.
And we have deadbolts on
We have
both doors.
So we get in, and she starts deadbolting the doors. She locks the sliding door to the balcony. She puts a fucking rod in the rail so that if somebody managed to jimmy it open, they still wouldn't be able to open the door. And she still, at some point, we're getting ready for bed. And she's just like, can we stay in the living room tonight?
On the mattress.
like-
On the mattress.
On the mattress, left over from Nano.
And then she was like, okay, yeah, sure. So then
Okay, sure. So we get pillows and we get blankets and we pile everything up on the mattress. And like I just kind of look at her and I'm just like, are you still scared? Yeah. Do you want me to get the knives? Yeah. So I go to my room and I get every single blade I own, which is a lot.
it's like 10 knives.
And I place them strategically around the living room. There is one under her pillow. There is one by my side of the mattress.
There's one on the
knives.
counter. There's one on both
There's knives on the
armrests.
counter.
Yeah, there's
There-
one
yeah.
on both armrests of the
the
couch.
In the armchair, under the fucking TV, on the TV stand. Knives literally everywhere. And finally, she feels safe enough to go to sleep. Now, again, keep in mind, we're on the second floor with a balcony that overlooks a hill.
And
Like,
our door is made out of metal.
Yeah, our door is made out of metal. The sliding glass door, she had already locked and blocked and every fucking thing possible.
Aw, good night, Wiki.
And I'm just sitting there like, really?
Hey, at
You're
least I went
lucky
to
I love
sleep.
you.
I know. My ass went to sleep, didn't it?
Yes. Her ass did go to sleep. She had her hand under her pillow clutching the knife that I'd given her.
And it was the biggest knife, by the way.
Yeah,
It was a
I gave her my
fucking-
Bowie knife.
Yeah, it was a Bowie knife I was holding
I
on
gave her my
to.
Bowie knife. And this was before I had my my army combat knife and everything too.
Mm-hmm.
That story will never not be funny.
That story will forever be funny. Yes.
I get scared,
Every time.
okay?
I'm the same way though when I'm alone. When I'm like alone for like a period of time and I go to bed at like 3 a.m., I'll be like, all right, door's locked.
This
Cool.
bitch wasn't alone
Wait.
though.
I felt alone in my bedroom, okay? Somebody could have grabbed me from the window. And then her next thing was, we're on the second floor!
Like, legit, we're on the second floor. There is no fucking way. Like, the only person who could have scaled that fucking wall is Spider-Man.
Or a goat.
Or a
No,
goat.
not even a goat. Not even a fucking goat.
Yeah.
Goats are pretty good at climbing though.
They are really good at climbing, but the way our apartment buildings were made, a goat would not have been able to.
No.
Funny sight though.
It would have been really funny.
Eden wakes up in the middle of the night with brandishing a knife to a goat at the door.
Guys, if you want to see my knife collection, you'll have to follow my Twitter. That's the only place I will post it, and it's going to take me like a week or more to collect all of them from everywhere I have them stashed.
Yeah, she had a lot. See, back then they were all in one place because we pulled them out of storage because we were cleaning them. So I knew there were knives.
There were so many knives.
There
are so many knives.
Many
And
knives.
I've upgraded, from just knives. Now I also have swords.
Yeah, which I have a sword too, so. But yeah, so that's the story. All the embarrassing moments. That is me.
Oh, that's not all the embarrassing things. That's just the best ones.
Shut up. We're not gonna go there. It's bad enough that we're talking about the fact that I put that you fucking messed me up when I was high, making me think Gesh stole my food, left the plate in there, and then you put food back on the plate, making me feel like I was crazy. That was really mean. I did not let her live that down for at least a month. I was so mad.
That's okay, guys. She's got bad ones about me, too.
I really do. Like the Rumple Mints.
Oh, God.
The dreaded Rumple Mints that dissolved the Dixie cup. That shit is so strong, it dissolved a Dixie cup.
It did. So, I drank almost an entire bottle of Rumpelmans on my own. For those who don't know, this is 100 proof peppermint schnapps. Legit schnapps, by the way. And I can't drink it anymore to this day. Cannot drink it because I had almost the entire fucking bottle of this. And I was on the couch watching Full Metal Alchemist. I didn't understand a word of what was going on, and it was playing in English, by the way. It was dubbed. I was watching a dubbed version and did not know a single fucking thing going on. Oh. And every time somebody passed me, even if I'd already seen them, I would hold out my hands to them and wiggle my fingers and just be like, my fingers smell like peppermint.
Oh my god. At one point she thought there was a fucking snake on the ground.
No, that wasn't me. That was actually Patrick about Tyler's boot.
Or was it Tyler about Patrick's boot? No. It was Tyler about Patrick's boot.
Yeah.
And then no,
so that's in my quote book.
Yeah,
that is in my fucking quote book.
Because what it is, okay, so what it is that's what started it. Is he said that so randomly, and that was the one thing all night when you had been drinking that you understood that was in English. Yes. And you fucking lost your mind.
I did. I lost my shit because Patrick was wearing snakeskin cowboy boots
for the funsies.
And Tyler fucking looked down.
And thought they were a snake.
And he was so drunk. He was so drunk. And he thought they were snakes. And he starts freaking out about there's a snake on the floor. And I look down at Patrick's boot and I look back up at Tyler and I just fucking lose it.
Yeah, that's the one thing she understood in English. You have everybody talking English around her. The damn anime is going on in English and she doesn't understand anything. And then that is the one thing she understands and she loses it. And let me tell you, when this girl laughs really hard, no sound comes out. It is just her body shaking. Her face is like contorted into a smile, but no sound comes out. She was gone.
Yeah, it is remarkably difficult to get me to that point. My sense of humor is not one that tends toward a whole lot of laughter.
She has dry humor. It's really funny. I think it's funny.
I'm very deadpan. Yeah. I deadpan a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, it's really great. It's funny. I find it hilarious.
Yes. I cheer her up a lot with my deadpan bullshit. It's great. So when something sets me off to the point where if I'm laughing so hard that no sound comes out, that is a feat.
I've done that twice. In the entire almost 15 years we've known each other, I've done that twice. And I find I am very proud of myself for doing that.
Yes. It's really difficult.
And the funny thing is, the first time I ever did it was over the phone. I don't even know what...
Yeah, 'cause I don't remember what it was, but I do remember that her reaction was like, are you still there? Like, what's going on?
It was just dead silent.
And like, she could hear me struggling to breathe.
No, all of a sudden, no, here's what happens is like, I hear her, she just goes dead quiet. And I'm like, Argent, are you there? And then you just hear, This long gasp of her taking a fucking breath. And I'm like, what the shit? And you know what it was? I know what it is. Okay, so you know my saying, whenever she says something crazy to me, or like she does something completely off the wall, or I know she's fucking with me, I'm like, you know what? Don't even talk to me. Like that's like the one thing that I said. And I think that was the first time I ever said that to you and you lost it. Now I say it so much that it's not as fun. I mean, she still laughs at me, but like it's actually like, it's actually like hee laugh. You can hear it. But the first time she ever heard me,
it really kind of just earns like an eye roll and a yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, but back then, like it caught her off guard so bad because we were on the phone. How are you not gonna talk to me on the phone? Like that. Because she said something, I was like, you know what? Don't even talk to me, and just dead quiet. And I really thought that she wasn't talking to me, but she was fucking laughing.
Yeah, no, she thought for a long minute that that I wasn't talking to her. She thought that like I had taken offense to it or something.
And I wasn't being offensive. I was joking. So I was like, Arjun, are you there? I was just kidding. And then that's when the long gasp peel came out.
Like gasping, trying to get air back into my lungs because I had doubled over laughing so hard that I couldn't breathe.
It was so funny. So now that's like a phrase that I coined now, or like, and the thing is that now, actually, I think something similar happened the second time where this happened, but this time the facial features were accompanied with it, and I'm very expressive with my face.
She is. I can look. There are certain things that she says, and the way she says it, that I am so used to them at this point that I can picture exactly what her face looked like.
Yeah, even if I text her or we're like messaging each other, she knows exactly what I sound like and what I look like, and she fucking loses it.
Seriously, she'll text me something like she'll text some reply to some snarky ass comment that I've made, and I'll hear it in her voice the exact way she would say it. I see her face, and there have been times when I have fucking lost it. Like, I'll be out with friends or whatever, and I'll get a message from her and read it, and all of that goes through my head, and I just fucking lose it, and people are looking at me like, what's going on? And I'm just like, oh, don't worry about it, it's just my bestie.
I do the same thing whenever she sends me messages or she sends me her little like bracket eyes. I lose it. Her bracket eyes kill me.
For people who are confused, who are wondering, like, bracket eyes, that.
I lose it every time. And that's usually accompanied with the fact that she's done something naughty.
Yes. My bracket eyes are always accompanied by me doing something naughty. It's not like, let's not sugarcoat it. It's always, I have done something I probably shouldn't have done.
Yeah. And then I find out about it later. I'm like, damn it.
Bracket eyes.
Yep, bracket eyes. And then I lose it.
Because she knows I am making that vague kind of expression in reality. Like, I'm legit side-eyeing. Like, no, I didn't do anything. Ah.
All right, good night, Gigi, or JJ. So many JJs. I hate that anime. It's atrocious.
Multi-J. Wow.
Multi-J. Mwah, 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 mwah. I think the best emote that I ever sent her was my dancing little Kirby's.
She sends that bullshit all the time.
It makes you smile, my dancing Kirby's. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. Oops. See, I'm already fucking up.
Typing is the best.
Because I can't see. My keyboard's like sliding under the thingy. And it's like crushing my fingers. So I have to like slide it out real quick.
Oh, yeah, there she goes with her dancing Kirby.
Alright, guys. I think I'm going to end it on that note. We had some laughs. We had some good stories. And it's just been a really good time. I had fun. Thank you guys for coming in. And for those of you who decided to stay the whole time, I appreciate it. I love you guys. You're awesome, my fucking hellions. And, well, look forward to doing this sometime again next week. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to hardcore record the entire rest of Higurashi, the first episode, Onikakushi. And get that ready to go and edited so that way I'll have videos all next week for you guys. I know that you've all been excited about that series. So, with that being said, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I love you. Argent, Finch, thank you so much for coming in and joining me.
Thanks for having us. It's always hilarious.
It's always fun. I love sharing story times with you guys. Anyway, good night, guys. I love you. And until next time, bye.